Sometimes I do that publicly, and people do stare at me. Fam, how are you doing? This is the question we're going to be asking for a long time, and I know how you're feeling. Yeah, and that's why I look at I look at the 49ers, I say to myself, is mental recovery even possible? Because I'm looking at us and I'm thinking, I'm not recovering from this. I'm still talking about this after a week. Last time we went through this, I got over it in about 4 or 5 days, and I went to in some kind of denial mode or something, right? But this is obscenely ridiculous. 49ers' top reasons for the unnecessary loss of Super Bowl 58. It was unnecessary, Niners. That one was one you're supposed to be, and you were supposed to win easily. So that's why this would resonate so hard. I mean, that loss of Super Bowl 58 by the Niners gives the Chiefs one of the few back-to-back title defenses. It had to be us, though. Oh, this is going to resonate for months, if not years, fam. Years. The reason being, many believe the best equipped team to win did not complete the mission. I mean, you know what's really funny, though? When you look around at all the analysts and some of the websites that have people with multiple people on their site that are going to pass judgments, you saw the 49ers logo, you saw the Chiefs logo. Majority of them knew the Chiefs were going to beat us. Why? Because, I hate to say it, fam, you know what? There's some truth to it, though. We're friggin' soft. There I said I can't believe it. We got to stay hard on these things, man. You got to go 4 quarters of football, 49ers. You know that there was a lot left to be said by that. The other day you came in and you talked. We had to say we got to go. So, tonight, fam, you're invited back for further elaborations. I can't go all night on it, but I want you to get it all out because I'm here for you, fam. I really am. So we're going to the phones as we continue venting by the ridiculous loss of the Chiefs. I'll never get over this. The Chiefs had nothing. Their offense has dropped from where it was, and we let another defense beat us. There's been outstanding defenses the 49ers have faced all year long. What made this one so special? I know, Chris Jones. Hey, real quick, the Super Bowl 58, San Francisco Niners season. A week later, it's obvious that it's never going to go away. There was not just one reason, though, for the Niners loss to Super Bowl 58. The last time it was, all the blame was laid on Jimmy G. I wasn't a part of that group, but this time, can't do it. It wasn't just one play, one decision, or one theme that could be singled out. It was a lot of things, beginning and ending with Patrick Mahomes again being the best player on the field. Fam, this much makes me realize, remember Russell Wilson, no matter what he did, no matter how bad they played, they were going to beat our ass? See, this is why I said it, and I had a very bad feeling when the Kansas City Chiefs got by the Ravens. I said, I'd rather have played the Ravens, man. I don't deal with no Patrick Mahomes. I don't know how he pulls them rabbits out of his damn hat, but he friggin' will. Okay, never mind. We got this. I'm thinking to myself, we got this one, not this time. He ain't getting away this time. He ain't got Travis. Travis Kelce's playing so okay. He ain't got no Tyreek. We got this. See, there's no easily identifiable reason for the 49ers loss this time, though, fam, which is the matter more confusing and unacceptable. There are a lot of reasons. Quickly, let me go over just some of them. 4th and 1 in overtime. Number one reason, 49ers, why is this play number one? It's simple. If the Niners had stopped KC on downs in overtime, the game would have been over. Right? Just stop them in overtime. Mahomes figured to keep the ball in his hands on 4th down, so the Niners should have made it more difficult for him to pick up those 8 yards with his legs around the right tackle. And this is one of the reasons why you figure Kyle and Steve Wilks had a conversation. I don't know if D'Amico could have done any better or Robert Saleh. But, you're looking for a fall guy. It's going to have to be that. Plays like that. Even if it meant sacrificing something in coverage or assign someone to be a spy on him. Do it. You've got to cover every base. You can't make there could be no outlet. Mahomes is too quick up here. So if he sees you guys aren't going to take him serious, hell yeah, he's going to run. Oh, I'm getting mad thinking about that. Okay, at least it would have required KC to complete a high-pressure pass. Wouldn't that have been more ideal? The Chiefs had more drop passes this season than any other team in the NFL, fam. They dropped the ball, man. They just dropped and dropped and dropped. So 49ers should have forced them to make a play rather than not even challenge Mahomes with the ball in his hands. Niners defense got slower. The longer the drive lasted and offered very little resistance as the rest of the way en route. The Chiefs scored the game-winning touch. They were tired, fam. They were tired. You go back-to-back. We were the last 4 to 5 years, we've been going deep into the season. And then you got the schedule makers who I'd like to grab every last one of them and choke them down to the ground until the tongues hang out. That schedule they made. Next, 3rd and 5 in the fourth quarter. Where were there signs pre-snap that CB Trent McDuffie was coming on a blitz? Maybe tight end George Kittle lined up in the backfield could have recognized it and slid to his left just a little bit for protection. So Kyle, it ain't all on Steve Wilkes, baby boy. You know, when you fired him, you should have said to yourself, Steve, you want to fire me, go ahead. Because Kyle, I'm not advocating firing Kyle Shanahan. But you know, maybe Purdy could have delivered a quicker pass to Brandon Ayuk. A lot of maybes. If the Niners had converted that first down, they might have been able to run out most of the clock in regulation to set up Jake Moody. I know, right? Anytime you add Jake Moody in a sentence with success, you struggle with it, don't you? He's a child, okay? He'll be all right next year. But Moody could have been a walk-off field goal attempt and a possible 22-19 victory had we just sustained. Oh, man. Did he keep him out of the end zone? Keep him out of the end zone. But after McDuffie broke up the pass, Moody's 53-yard field goal came with 1:53 remaining, allowing Mahomes and his merry men plenty of time to drive up for the driving points to force overtime. That muff kick. I was crying about the muff kick. Somebody corrected me on that. I stopped talking about it. But then if you go back and look at the game, and I've watched it 3 times, fam, I put myself through. You know, it's so funny because I don't know. I was sitting there doing nothing else. I was relaxing. A few moments of the day that I do get to relax. Let me watch this one more time. I got as mad this last time as I did the first 2 times. Don't watch it. I'm not recommending watching that game again, fam. KC came up with the 1 touchdown in regulation, and that came on a 1-yard, 16-yard drive. When Nash committed a turnover with Tommy Townsend's short punt, hit the leg of 49ers. Darrell Luter, what are the odds of that happening? They have to be 1,000,000,000 to 1. And Ray McLeod called for Luter to get away from the ball, but Luter apparently did not hear him. Ray, just yell ball. Ball. If you want to yell something, Luter, ball. Just. Then when the ball was live, McLeod tried to scoop it up and stay on his feet instead of falling on it, doing everything possible to secure the possession. Ray, I'm telling you right now, you're a free agent this year, and those are the kind of things that Kyle Shanahan and company will say goodbye. They've done it for less. What am I saying less? I don't know. Kowalski T has never been heard from again in the NFL behind letting them friggin' Rams get off like that. The Chiefs recovered at the 16-yard line, and Mahomes made the 49ers pay with a 16-yard touchdown pass to Valdez-Scantling, who dropped the ball. Boy, Valdez-Scantling, it looked like he put a whole pound of butter on his hands every week. But not on this day. Oh, no. He's going to catch the ball now. That touchdown gave KC its first lead of the game, 13-10, with 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. God! Miss PAT. Purdy teamed up with the determined wide receiver Juwan Jennings on a 10-yard scoring pass with 11:22 remaining in regulation for the 49ers to regain the lead. Fam, I thought it was over. I really did. I said, we got momentum now. Look at Juwan. He will not be denied. Wrong. Moody's extra point appeared to be low. Leo Chanel stuck a hand up to block it. Now it's nothing more than a couple of field goals. So instead of the Niners going up by 4 points, they held just a 3-point lead. Of course, we don't know how it would have turned out, really. KC might not have settled for a field goal on the next drive, and they certainly would not have kicked a field goal with late in regulation to pull to within 1 point. You got 3 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. They just methodically and more intelligently beat us in that particular point in the game, didn't they? The block point was the reason the rest of the game played out the way it did, ended up in overtime. See, that's why when people correct me, well, that extra point wasn't the what, why. They would have lost by 1 point. I mean, there's no promise or guarantee on that, but we had a 1 point lead we could have protected. Niners had a chance to establish control of the first drive of the game. The Niners moved the ball 46 yards in the first 4 plays of the game and had a first down at the KC 29-yard line. They were already in field goal range. And in the game in which points did not come easily, a touchdown would have been significant, right? On the 1st and 10 play, Chanel forced a fumble of McCaffrey in Kansas City. George Karlaftis recovered it. You know, and I love CMC, and I still do. I don't know how this was the day. He did that once earlier in the season, but this had to be the day that would happen. And I know he's losing sleep over that, too, and I ain't mad at him, but I swear to God, I said, you know, he is the team's MVP most likely, but his offense never again made it look as easy as they did that during that 4-play sequence open the game. That's what gives us the wrong idea. It's done that in years past, too. We see the 49ers swoop down the field. The defense can't do a damn thing with them. Boom! Touchdown 49ers within a couple of minutes. So you figure that's going to be the trend, no? That's the rehearsed play. I imagine they must have got down very solidly in practice or something because it just went too easily. It went too well. It went too smooth. But after that scoreless first quarter, 49ers finally broke through with Moody's 55-yard field goal in the second quarter, which Super Bowl record for a few minutes, a couple of hours actually, until their guy got back on the field a couple of yards longer. 3rd and 4 in overtime, fam. Niners had the right play call on a critical 3rd down play in overtime, but Mrs. Burford's baby Moose, playing in place of injured John Feliciano, who got way out of line and on Twitter the next day, but still, for reasons unknown, Burford blocked the wrong person and left Kansas City's biggest and best defender, Chris Jones, a free shot at Purdy. Why? Okay, Brock with Jones in his face threw high and wide of Jennings on the right side. You know, Juwan, fam, he was not going to be stopped that close to the goal line. Game over. If Spencer would have blocked up as designed, Purdy could have hit Jennings for the first down, or, JJ, may have been that might have been it. Might have been over. Or Ayuk in the end zone for a potential TD as well. So, Spencer, man, you got to stay out of the public eye for a while, man. I feel bad for you, man. But, if any 1-2 plays, people who were involved in those plays go get it now. Granted, a lot of plays had something to do with the loss of that game. But Spence. As it was, Moody made a 27-yard field goal, and Niners could not protect the 3-point lead against. You can't give Mahomes ain't going to be stopped by no damn 3 points. When's the last time the Chiefs lost a game by 3 points? And then there's Dre sustaining that freak injury in the second quarter when he tore his left Achilles tendon and he sprung forward off the sideline to take the field, as which Trez pointed out. What the hell is Dre doing? Just walk on the field like you got good sense. Because I'm not sure if he did. I've never experienced that injury, but I'm told you can sort of feel a little bit something back there before it twangs. These are not excuses for trolls up in the chat, man. Shut it, man. Up to that point, though, Greenlaw was all over the place early in the game. The impact of Dre's exit at the Super Bowl cannot be overstated, Pam, regarding the game getting away. But we will never know. But Dre was involved in the tackle of Travis Kelce on the first quarter reception and gaining just 1 lousy yard. Travis Kelce. Dre is famous for making them kind of stops. Ask Russell Wilson and Seahawks about that. That was Kelce's only catch in the first half. When was the last time somebody held Travis Kelce to that small of a contribution to an offense, his in particular? When the cat's away, the mouse will damn play. And Tay-Tay's boyfriend finished with game highs of 99 catches for damn near 100 yards and 93. And Drayson in the locker room was probably slamming his head up against the wall. How to stop that? I know how to stop. Because you get real emotional. Whew, man. Hey, the start of OT, Shanahan's decision to take the ball to overtime may have been considered a logical decision, fam. The more if you think about it, especially when accounting for the fact the D was worn out, fam, from that 11-play drive at the end of regulation that resulted in that damn tying field goal. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I was about that 1 point. Now, they may have driven for a touchdown and made it, but that 1 point, if the defense just could have stayed tough, just keep them out of that. But yes, the dilemma. Things became easier for Andy Reid to go for it in 4th and 1 from their own 34. But there's also a chance the Chiefs would not have been in a 4th and 1 situation to open overtime against that tired defense of the 49ers. The longer the drive lasted, the easier the things got for Mahomes and his merry men. Of course, Niners analytics team, I'm not sure if I want... Okay, we can't get on analytics teams, can we? We can't do it. They concluded it made more sense to take the football because of the advantage gained from the third possession. After the teams have one possession apiece, the game kicks into sudden death mode. Now, the downside of taking the ball first is that the Chiefs knew exactly what they needed to do when they took over. The fact that the Niners opened OT with a field goal meant Kansas City knew it. Had 4 offensive plays to keep the chains moving. You can't, Kyle, you know better. You did this in the first time we met these people in the Super Bowl a few years ago. You refused to run a play with some time left on the clock in the first half because you did not want Kansas City to get the ball back in their hands again before the half ended. Why did you stick to that particular way of thinking this time? 3 and outs. The Niners attempted 2 passes and 1 run on their 3 first and 10 situations to open the second half. You know what's not really strange about that, though, fam? Considering they had more success throwing on first down in the first 30 minutes of the game, when the 49ers threw on first down, it prevented Spagnuolo, DC Spagnuolo, from deploying any exotic pressures packages on those plays. Now, he wasn't really bothering Brock that much, and he even admitted it. Spagnuolo is still impressed with Brock remaining calm and cool the whole time. This is why Brock Purdy's got it. That dude's got special written all over him. I expect good things from next year. He's going to have a regular season off to work on some of the things he should be working on instead of trying to get his arm to work again. Look the bleep out, NFL. Look out. Because we're not losing that many weapons on offense, if any. The offensive line is the weapons we don't have, but we got to replenish. That's why the Niners wanted to be balanced on first down, though. So the Niners have run the ball on their first 3 possessions of the second half. Yeah, maybe, but the Chiefs were stacking the box on rundowns. The Niners were not having much consistent success with that either. A lot of times we forget when we're watching the game, if there's a lot of passing going on, we start to forget that the run wasn't doing anything either. At least I know I did. I said, run the friggin' ball. And then I go, but you know what I'm watching the third time, should I say? I noticed Kansas City had a plan for the run. They really did. The Niners' 2 first down plays resulted in completion and an 8-yard loss on the throw to Jennings. On the Niners' third possession, McCaffrey was stopped for no gain on a first down running play. Those are the kind of things we saw too much of. Niners had 3rd and long situations with 15, 11, and 10 yards to gain to open the third quarter. But we kept using 3 and out. What is the problem? The real pain in the rear, though. Up by 7 points, 10-3 at halftime. The Niners did not take advantage of that Jair Brown INT. Didn't turn into not even a field goal. There, see, again, 3 points, 1 point. You play the Chiefs, you don't make mistakes. If you do, they're going to beat you. Every team they played in the playoffs made a couple of mistakes. That's all it takes. I gotta salute the Chiefs. Bleep you mofos, but you know what? I gotta hand it to you. You don't need a great team to win, do you? And that's the mark of a champion. I hate it. The fact some 49ers players admitted to not knowing the rules at the beginning of the overtime was embarrassing more than anything else, fam. The impact on the result of that game, hard to prove, really had it any at all. When the Niners offense took over to open overtime, their goal was to score TD. When they failed on third down, they settled for the go-ahead field goal. And when the Niners defense took the field, their goal was to keep KC out of the end zone. That was all there was to it. And then maybe back comes this sudden death, get back there and kick the field goal again. It's a huge gamble. It's not one you want to take, but it's probably the one they were thinking. They failed. Game over. KC wins their big history making back-to-back Super Bowl game. See, as I said, man, I'm tired of the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes thinking they've beaten us 1, 2, 3 times in a row. The second time being the worst time. It's like Russell Wilson syndrome all over again. He can walk around and hang little plaques around his house. I own San Francisco. And he does. And I said the same thing about Wilson, too. I said, Wilson don't have to play a good game. He just needs to show up. And the 49ers will drop right in front of his feet. What can the Niners do to get over the hump and finally win the Super Bowl? Quote, if this feels like a repeat of recent years, it's because it is. But the clock is ticking on the Niners' chances of winning the franchise's 6th Lombardi trophy with this core of players especially, because the quarterback, Brock Purdy, will be eligible for an extension in 2025. They're unlikely to spend big money to make any big additions in free agency, but they're going to have to explore every possible avenue to try to conquer the final boss, Patrick Mahomes, and the Chiefs. Unquote, Nick Wagner, ESPN. You know what, fam? This is what's killing me the most. Okay, do we need a lot of things besides an offensive line? If they go out there and they bring a defensive, if they draft a defensive lineman in the first, with that first pick in the draft this year, I think I'm going to pass out. I don't need a running back in the 3rd round, Kyle. Don't you guys dare do it this year. I'm sure they go and they have these discussions, and they're football people. They know what to do, right? And we're probably going to question the judgment even this year. But if we see an offensive lineman, we'll say to ourselves, knew it, all right? Who is this dude? Blah, blah, blah. And everybody says, oh, hell yeah. That boy was straight up hell at Oregon. Yeah. No, where's the dude that's supposed to be a badass? The 49ers we're at number 31. We got a lot of draft picks. We don't need all them players. We need about half of them. All right? Get back to the first round and get up there somewhere decent. I got to have Trent Williams is not going to play forever, fam. He is not. Trent Williams might have 2 more productive years in him at the most, and that's asking a lot. 37-year-old offensive lineman that plays the kind of way he plays, and he's going to keep that kind of he's going to keep up that kind of rage. I don't know. He wants a ring, and damn it, I want him to have one. So if he wants to come back next year, I welcome that. But we got to think about the future. I want to groom a guy on the right side that's just pure hell, move him to the left side in a couple of years, and then make that process all over again. We cannot. Brock Purdy's going to get hurt, fam. He taking all them shots he took this past year, even though, and as Magnolia said, though, we thought we could come into this game. Finally, we're thinking we don't have to use a spy. But damn, we knew better because we seen him do some things against Detroit and also Green Bay, and we said, God, we're going to have to use a spy. Because the thing is, we saw Brock run last year. Well, you know what? He's starting to wean off of Shanahan and his strictness. Brock said, I'm going to do what I got to do. Because do you know what Mahomes did that Super Bowl game? Bruce Arians, from what I understand, called a play. You know what he did? Mahomes looked at him and said, okay, but if it doesn't work, I'm going to run. Arians said, nodded his head. You do it, kid. That's what I want to see. Let the quarterback play. And I want to have a quarterback that knows how to play to go do it. I think Brock Purdy might be the guy. I really do. Now that I've been here for an hour. Oh, God. There's just no reason we should have won that. Let's go up to beautiful Bend, Oregon, where Matty, get in here.
Yo, Ronbo.
I know you had some more things to say the other day, Phil. Go ahead and continue right where you left off.
Never stops, man. I'm still trying to heal from this loss, just like all of us are, and I just,
it's gonna leave a scar.
You talk about what it takes to fix this whole problem, and it's like, what does it really take? Like, do we really focus on the offensive line? I mean, we probably got people we got to get rid of because we can't afford them. Like, what do we do, man? Like, we got a short window here.
Yeah, man. Keep in mind, there's got 38 million that's going to roll over. I don't know what the NFL is going to set the cap at. They might not be all that poor, We still got people got to sign. Ayuk's going to be a thing to sign. So,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I don't know if
Definitely.
we're going to pick up Chase, but I do know we need another guy on the edge. But the offensive line, priority number one in my book.
Absolutely. Well, and what's silly, Ronbo, is it's never been priority, and I just can't figure out like how we can go this far and realize that it's like does Kyle not see that this is a priority? Like I don't like where's the disconnect, Ronbo?
Kyle's brain between his brain and his mouth and everything else. Because, that makes no sense. You can't have your quarterback
Just
under
I guess
siege. Granted, he got away and he still set records. Matty, he was still on top
yeah
of the heap in the quarterback rankings. On a lot of
yeah
categories, he was number
all the way.
one. Oh,
Yeah, because they kept measuring him up to everybody else, and his passer rating was always better. Like everything was better.
now get him some
So we definitely
protection,
got our guy. And
right? Now
yeah,
get him some protection.
exactly.
See
Get him some protection.
wow, what do we have then?
Oh my goodness, man! I just, frustrated, man. Like, and then I keep hearing people, I think it's what is it, Chase Senior from Chat Sports? He keeps talking about, well, do we get rid of Ronbo and keep Ayuk? And it's like, why can't we have both? It's just making me sick, bro.
Because Ayuk, he's got to stay. He's the number one receiver. When everybody else is beating the hell out of the team, you got George killing people, Debo's out there brutalizing people, Jennings is out there brutalizing people. You have to
Oh
that
yeah,
one guy
Jennings.
out there that's just killing their secondary. He helps to make things work too, because you got to play him honest. You got to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You can't just let him free on the field. You got to account for him every time he's out there,
He'll cut
even if
you
he
up like
doesn't do anything.
Ah.
Yeah. Even if he's just out there blocking.
And
You
he
don't
does a
know
good
that.
job at that.
He does, dude. He's solid. Like he just runs through people.
Yeah.
Just straight runs through people.
He's tough.
So
He looks lean, but he's wiry.
super tough. Yeah, it kills me. So I think, and obviously, I think we all agree, man. We'd love to keep Jennings. I wonder what that would take.
No, by the way, he's a
Is
restricted free agent, right? Now, if
Yeah.
somebody comes in and matches the offer, the 49ers, there's 2.8 to 6.8 levels next and then beyond. But I think the 49ers are going to be able to keep Juwan. I really do. They're going to work hard to keep him. They know he's their kind of guy. There's not that many
You
of
can
those.
count on him. You can count on him, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Every time we throw him out there on third, let's say you throw him out there 10 times on third down, he's got 9 of them.
Yes. And he fits the identity.
Easy.
He gets the ball. It's not over. Did you see him stagger
Look at
into
that
the end
catch during
zone?
the Super Bowl.
Yes. He looked like he was out on his
Wasn't that big
feet.
catch during?
He was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he staggered in the end zone.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at JJ. Look at you.
It's beautiful.
It was.
Oh, buddy. Oh, he gets me so pumped up, dude. I'd be so sad to see him go somewhere else.
He's not
But the
leaving
thing
that
is
good
like we have so many people on our team that other teams are going to want. Like, they're probably scouting us out like crazy. Like, man, all these 49ers, who do we want? Who are they not going to pay? Who can we grab up?
Well, Pete Carroll's gone. You know how Pete Carroll sits outside in the parking lot
Oh, yeah.
with all kind of equipment where he can actually
Seriously.
can hear what's going on in the office. He's
I
gone.
could hear him chewing his gum from here.
Hey, Matty, think about this for a second. Would Pete Carroll be a good DC for the 49ers?
Oh, my gosh. It almost makes me ill, bro. I just don't even know what to think about that because it's not.
It's not possible.
If it were something that I knew, like if we knew it could be successful, and if that's what it took, absolutely.
Because I don't hate Pete Carroll. I never did. I thought he's a funny guy, But he pissed me off beating us. But I never hated him.
Well, yeah. Well, when he's on your side, and then there's also that. I know it's a pipe dream, man. But Belichick would be just, woo, buddy.
Yeah, he get a lot of
as a
respect
defensive coordinator, man.
Oh yeah, I love the way he takes your best
Nobody
player away
can
from
stop us. Yeah, kills me. So I think that I would like to see us lean that way, even though he probably wouldn't have it. He wants to be the head guy.
Yeah, he wants to take over everything from the GM down. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to happen here.
No.
Not going to happen here, Ronbo. But yeah, I think offensive line. I think when it comes to this draft and free agency, I think this offensive line really needs some help. Obviously, we've got Trent. But man, God dang it, dude, I want to get Trent a ring so bad.
I do too. I mean, he came to us, and he could
And
have went to
then
KC. Remember, we made that phone call to Kyle that
yeah,
year, and he says, "Look,
yeah,
they're,
oh
they're
yeah,
about to wrap things up here. Whatever you guys gonna do, you need to do it," because he wanted to come back,
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, he definitely wanted to be a 49er.
and he could have had a ring with the
So,
Chiefs.
yeah, that's hopefully he's not lingering on that too much, man. Hopefully he likes his teammates enough.
No,
He
by
seems
now
to
he
love
does.
everybody on the team, so
Yeah, he does.
yeah, he's locked in, man. And I don't know, man. How can you let Mahomes run around like that?
Oh,
I mean, even that last play, that last throw for a touchdown, like
spy on
anybody gonna follow that dude? Anybody gonna make sure he doesn't? I don't even care if you get a penalty on that. Make sure he doesn't catch that ball.
Ah, fam, Manny, we gotta go. I'll be back later on. If something crazy happens during the week, I'll be right back. But otherwise, spread our whining out over a period. We're going to be doing this for months. I'm never going to get
Oh
over
yeah,
this,
we'll be doing
Manny.
this for a while, bro.
I know.
We'll be a while before we get over this, bro.
Damn it.
There'll be some healing, man.
Oh.
And so yeah.
All right,
Well, if
Manny.
nothing else, I guess maybe if we don't see you during the week, we'll probably at least see you on Friday, right?
Oh, for sure. I'm not missing no Fridays. All right, fam.
All right, buddy.
Have
All
a
right,
great
fam.
night.
Have a good night, man. And don't let those idiots in the chat bug you, man.
Nah,
You got Jim, and I always wonder how these people have the time to be in somebody else's chat, man. I've never taken this much time to be in somebody else's chat.
Well, you're a 49er fan. Look who they support. They got plenty of time. All right, man.
True story.
See
They've
you
been
Friday.
they've been at home for a while. All right, buddy. Good night, man.
Oh, God. And the Knicks realist says, thanks, Knicks. Knicks realist, thanks, man. Thanks. Oh, yeah, Aaron.
Ronbo.
Aaron, man, I'm bringing it back one more time. We got to stop this because people looking at us now and saying, "Man, you 49ers, man, y'all can't get over that, can you? Stop crying, whiners." This could happen a couple more times, but I can't. Aaron, I know you had some other things you wanted to add. I'm gonna just listen. Anything you want to talk about, go right ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, Ronbo. I'm still not over, this loss. And we had it. Like it was literally in our hands.
Yes, had it under control.
And I mean, let's be honest. That's on Shanahan because when we were running the ball in the fourth quarter, well, late in the fourth quarter, I mean, the Chiefs defense was getting tired. So,
True.
So I just don't understand.
Well, at some point, if you continue to do the same thing too much, it's always balance that you want to do, but it's Kyle's job to know when to take his foot off that gas and when to accelerate regarding one thing or the other, whether it be pass or run. So that's where things seem to be a little fuzzy.
Yeah, and we have to fix the right side of the offensive line.
Well, we all agree on that. Ooh, God, breached all day as per usual.
And please, Matters, even if they're a best available offensive line at the 31st pick, please pick him up, please.
We got to trade up out of that 31, though, if we're going to get anything of quality. The best offensive linemen are going to be in the first 15 picks. It seems that's the way it is every year, right? Second and third round picks, if you're lucky, you'll get somebody of quality. But we'll see.
But But here's the positive. Brock Purdy is going to get a full all season. You know, he was just coming off that elbow surgery,
Yeah. Yeah, he spent the whole
and
offseason
I
rehabbing.
mean,
Exactly.
and I mean, he did. I mean, he did an impressive job in his,
Rehabbing a
that
bad
season.
elbow and having little experience in the NFL, and he pulled that off. I can't wait to see what it looks like next year. And he's got to be a man on a mission anyway. And the kind of person he is, that's a hard-driven dude. Ah, he'll fire those guys back
I
up.
mean, he's poised. He's, a leader. I mean, why? I mean, why you have to hate the guy?
Well, there's a lot of ignorant people, They hated him all the way to the end. They were still talking trash about Cam Newton. Cam. Cam was out all the time with some kind of injury, all the time. Brock went a whole season without getting injured. And, like you said, he had no off season to work on his game. He just came out there being Brock Purdy. Now, let's see what happens after this off season. I hope we play Rams early in the year again, so we can just beat the brakes off of them. Or the Chiefs. Well, we're going to have to get one of them. I don't want the Cardinals. I'm not mad at them. But the Rams and the Chiefs in the first 5 weeks, I want them! Okay. Let me calm down. Go ahead.
But yeah. So the two free agents I want to bring back are Kinlaw and of course I want Juwan Jennings back. But the two I want back are Kinlaw and Cleveland Farrell.
Did we sign Cleveland Farrell for more than a 1 year? We only gave him a 1 year contract? I think Cleveland's coming back anyway. Is he a free agent?
Because I mean, Cleveland Farrell is a very underrated run stopper.
No. He got all the love in the world for being a good run stopper. That's one of the reasons why we were concerned with both him and Eric Armstead out. And then Armstead comes back. I didn't know he had a meniscus tear. Armstead was out there playing with a bad leg.
Yeah. And I know both of them want Chase Young back, but
he said if he can.
Yeah, he does, but I just don't know if he's worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he took a lot of time off. He looked good in the Super Bowl, though, actually. He looked like I expected him to look earlier. I don't know. If the 49ers signed him, I have a feeling Chase was holding back because he didn't want to get hurt. So when the Super Bowl came, he played his ass off. Now, that's the real Chase Young. So now he auditioned for other teams to see him. He's going to get some offers. I don't think we're going to get him anyway. I don't think we can afford him.
Yeah, and so yeah, and you know who I want to be our next DC?
Who?
Pete Carroll.
And I just mentioned him. Wouldn't it be funny?
Because we run the same scheme that Pete Carroll ran at Seattle,
right.
Remember?
Yeah. And what I like about Pete, not when we're playing against him, but if he was with us, Pete teaches his defensive backs how to cheat. That's where he got the name Pete the Cheat. You know? They know how to hold techniques that referees can't see and everything else. It's ridiculous. It's funny, though. The cameras can always pick it up. Anyway. And we got to go. I'll see you Friday, more than likely. Okay? Appreciate you, fam. Love when you get in there.
All right, Ronbo. And here's one more thing. Niners!
I love it. Sounds good to me. All right, Aaron. Have a great night, fam.
All right, fam.
And 49ers in paradise. Thanks, fam. 'Tis better to have Super Bowls and loss than have to never Super Bowl at all. See y'all in the Big Easy. You know, ain't that the truth? You know, for all the people like the Romelia Sports and all these other Gene D. And Gene,
Yeah.
by the way, Gene, while you're talking, Gene, you signed Gino back to another contract. Good luck with that. Hey, Frank, come on in here, Frank, you and that fish sandwich.
Ronbo. Oh, man. What's up with you, Ronbo?
Yeah, we still mad. We still mad. I knew a week later I wouldn't be talking about. Yeah, I ain't got over that. No, it ain't gonna get over that. Well, I'm gonna stop talking about it. But today I had to do it one more time. And Frank, I've not heard from you since that misery took place. Frank, your feelings?
Nah, I didn't. Yeah, I was on the call, Sunday after the game. I had to get some time. I listened listen to everybody. I listened to, the faithful, everybody, point of views. But, when your emotions ride high,
It's crazy.
I just needed some time to myself, I needed some time to myself, man. So I had to, I had to go see the counselor and everything. I had to go talk to my therapist, man. Everything, man. I had to do a lot, man. That game, man. It's man. So now, I have a week off, from the game, a week away from the game, and as I go and look at it, man, it's like why the ball can never fall, bounce our way, Ronbo? Why we always, when it comes to the Super Bowl, it always got to be some twist and turn. I mean, rigged or something dealing with us where we not gonna win the game. You know what I'm saying? Always something like that.
Ball
Some type of
hit Luter in
conspiracy
the
when
leg.
it comes
Why
to
in
the
the world the ball hit
49ers,
Luter in the
right?
leg? How in the world did that happen?
When it's so, but at the end of the day, we win as a team, we lose as a team, and everybody had a full share. And fathers losing that game, even the referees, man. But did you know, Ronbo, the last 2 Super Bowls, Kansas City have not had a holding call on them. I don't know. Did you know that?
No, I knew it. And Vinovich was the ref, but we got one.
No, they was holding the whole game, Ronbo. The whole game they was holding.
Everybody
the
knew
whole
it.
game.
That's why Kyle told the
The
ref.
whole
I
game.
know you're gonna let him play, but call it even. If you're not gonna call holding on them, don't call holding on us. Remember they call that one on Trent Williams?
Ronbo, it was second. It was second in when we was up 19-16 and Kansas City was trying to march down the field. It was 2nd and 8. They gave Patrick Mahomes an extra first down, made it 1st and 10, and moved the chains up forward.
Yep.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Are you saying that? You saying that too?
Yeah, no, of course, because. Oh wait. Patrick Mahomes did what?
No, it was second. It was 1st and 10, and then the next play, Patrick Mahomes ran out of bounds. Probably got like 2 yards. So it was 2nd down at first. It was second. It would have been 2nd and 8, but then they moved it to 1st and 10. They moved the chains up. I don't know if y'all paid attention. I don't know if y'all paid attention. No, it was second. He ran out of bounds. This one, we was up 3, but it was 19-16. He ran out of bounds. At first it said 2nd down. And then they changed it, moved the chains up and gave it and said 1st and 10. Watch it. Go back up there and watch it. Go back. I know the faith was saying that. So I know another caller called in when I'm done in private.
You remember in CCG with the Rams, how that dude was jumping off sides on every play. Every play, that defensive, what was that guy? He jumped on every play. They never called it. You got to the point I stopped watching that, and they're not going to call that. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I said,
I mean, and Cal had to learn, like, it's another coach out there, Ronbo, that can, get us over the hump. If Cal's starting to feel like a hardball error. So we was going NFC Championship last 3 years straight and won. He broke through one and got to the Super Bowl, but we didn't win it. And now it's feel like Cal doing the same thing. We get into the NFC Championship. We made 2 Super Bowls, but he's still not there. We can't win it. And it's like Cal. Yeah, I feel like whenever anybody make a mistake or anything, like with Christian McCaffrey, he go away from them like, okay, I'm gonna punish you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're a child. You gonna fumble the ball? Okay, you ain't gonna touch the ball no more until I tell you can touch the ball again. When I feel like you're not gonna fumble again. And, and so it's like Kyle, his ego, man, it's like he don't know how to adjust, you know what I'm saying, to the game. Like, Kyle, like, I don't understand the third quarter. Steve Wilkes, for one, I blame you, Kyle, because you know Steve Wilkes don't even play the wide nine. So why even bring him in to be a coordinator?
I know, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That don't make sense. And then, I took my hat off to Steve Wilkes. The defense played their heart up. That's the best. That's the best time I've seen us play that good. We held Mahomes to 3 points, Ronbo. 3 points.
What team has
the
done
defense
that
played
in the last
perfect.
since he came?
They played good, Ronbo. My thing is Kyle. Third quarter, we threw the ball on 8, 9 times. Didn't have only run the ball. Probably ran it 1 time in the third quarter. I'm like, Kyle, what are you doing, Kyle? And like I got frustrated with Debo also and Kittle. I'm like, Debo, this the Super Bowl, Debo. Why didn't you go over there any other time you saying, Kyle, give me the ball? I didn't see no excitement from Debo. Like, Debo, what's going on? Like you the Frank, savior. You know what I mean?
Frank,
man, give me the ball. Give me the ball, Kyle.
They had the ball on several different occasions and didn't do nothing with it. After I looked at that game the second time, I said, you know what? They stopped McCaffrey. They stopped Debo. They stopped George for 1-yard gains. The Chiefs played some defense, but we still had openings. They wasn't stopping Juwan, though.
Juwan or Ayuk. Even in the overtime, the third and fourth, Ayuk was wide open when he caught. As soon as he hiked the ball, when the on the overtime, we was down. It was third and fourth, down like the 10-yard line.
But Frank,
Ayuk was wide open.
Yes,
he failed.
He was.
What's the dude?
JJ was wide open too.
Steve.
But
Steve failed.
What happened to the quarterback, Frank? Big Jones came in
the
there and knocked him the bejesus out of him.
Number one. The number one, we need an offensive line. You right about that. Burford was a missing assignment. But also Brock Purdy, he missed the touchdown to Debo. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just feel like they didn't really want to play Ronbo, especially Debo and Kittle. Like I don't get it, man. Like I mean, I'm just being real. I mean, you watch the game, Ronbo.
I watched it 3 times.
Championship. With Debo, he get excited. He come to Cal. Give me the D-ball. I need the ball. Like, come on. I ain't see no excitement or nothing. Like, no, this is the Super Bowl, dog. This for all the chips, man.
Frank, I was more disappointed. I was more disappointed when he got the ball. Debo did not do anything for us in that game.
Yeah, he didn't look like himself, man. Like, come on, man.
Frank,
I'm watching all this. Okay, yeah, but you know, I mean, yeah, but you know, I love you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to you, production, faithful. I love all y'all. I agree with every caller, man. Just like I'm pissed too. We all pissed, man. But at the end of the day, man, we still faithful, man, and we just gonna look forward to next season, man. And Ronbo, man, you the best, man. I appreciate coming on here, man, and you let us lead our souls, though, man. And we're a family, man. I love everybody, man. I love all y'all, man. We're a family, man. So we stick together as one, as a unit, and man, let's just get ready for next season, y'all. Yeah. So. Love and peace and head grease, man. All right, man, what's good, man? I love Look, my mother right here laughing. Right? My mama said, "Hey, Ron."
the balls for me, hey, moms.
Ron said, "Hey, mom." All right, man. I see you when you come back on, Ron.
He'll come back Friday. All right.
Oh, Friday. Okay, bet. I'll be back Friday, man. All right, y'all. Fish sandwich on hold for right now, man. All right, Ron.
Thanks, Frank. Oh God. Yeah, but Gene, the thing is getting to the Super Bowl. Get out of the first round. Wait, better yet, make the playoffs, Gene. Don't compare your quarterback with mine. That's about as lopsided as can be. Hey, Brian.
49ers, red and gold. I'm still rocking with the 49ers till I'm dead and cold.
That's the attitude.
Licking my wounds all the way from the Mid-South because the law says know your role and shut your mouth.
Yes.
What's happening, Ronbo?
We're still mad about a game that was right there for the taking, and they refused to do it. Well, you know what? There was that one thing about Luter getting hit with the ball. There's no way to prevent or practice or look out for that. It's like Kyle Williams against the Giants, 2013. Kyle, how in the world did that happen? And this should say the same thing with Luter. Ball flies high in the air, comes down, hits Darrell Luter on the leg. Wow. Why couldn't the ball just hit the turf? No. It's got to hit Luter. There's a crowd of dudes down there, the ball hits Luter on the leg. Right around the 10, 15-yard line. course. Ray McCloud, instead of being smart, doesn't dive on the ball. He tries to pick it up. And they nailed his butt and took the ball. The Chiefs took 6 out of 7 fumbles from the playoffs. But why us? Why do we have to add it to help to them? They won the game on that damn touchdown. Okay, go ahead, fam. I'm done.
Ronbo, with everything going on, man, I could have sworn the fix was in. I could have sworn. I mean, you got we fumbled the ball on the opening series. The muff punt by Ray, and then on top of that, hey, if anybody should have been fired, it should have been Ray. I should have made Ray catch his own. He should have caught his own flight home from the game. He should have made it him and the special team coach. We missed it. We had the extra point blocked. And then for the coup de grace, one of our best defensive players gets hurt. Trey Greenlaw, just by walking on the damn field. He took 2 steps.
Collapsed.
And collapsed.
And Travis Kelce.
They even played they played a playback. Kyle was like, did Trey Greenlaw just get hurt by walking on the field?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kyle.
Weak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was ready to go. I remember how many calf injuries did he have last year? Or was that the year before? He's had calf injuries that always seem to lead to that every time.
Yeah. I'm thinking like, what is what kind of condition, what kind of strength and conditioning these guys get? I know Trey Greenlaw, he's frequently had
injuries, especially around the legs,
to the lower extremity.
Calf
I'm thinking like, but it's Ronbo, it's just crazy, man. It's kind of hard for me to go the whole week. I tried my best not to even look at the highlight because on NFL Network, that's all they play at the Super Bowl. I
stay away from the talk shows. That'll make it mad as hell.
Yeah, stay away from the talk shows. Right, all of it. But no, this was a game that Kyle should have won this. But it goes back to my original point. It's more than just you can have a great roster like we do, but if they don't execute, it's not going to go well for you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta execute.
You can't make mistakes.
It'll kill the best. It'll kill the best of it. But it's Rick Ronbo. And I'm gonna tell you something else, Ronbo. When we get in the draft, if our first 5 picks ain't linemen, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm gonna be very upset with Kyle, which he did not address last year. He didn't draft any linemen last year. Now, we didn't have a first and second round pick, but still, I know there's a tackle or guard out there. There was a tackle or guard out there. He just didn't get it. And I think it caught up with us because if you want to play the 49ers, which side you attack? You attack that right side.
Everybody line up on that right side. I didn't worry about the left.
Yeah, and that's what Kansas City did. They attacked that right. They attacked that right side.
Yeah, that's what Detroit and also Green Bay did too. Everybody's going to do that. We would have done that to any team. That's if you look weak, we're going to take advantage of that. Oh yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. When I look up today, I think they done signed. Did they sign like 2 more defensive linemen?
Oh yeah, we go get some defensive linemen, man. Come on, fam. If we don't have nothing else in the place, we're going to have hundreds of defensive linemen.
Camp bodies. Ronbo, they're camp bodies. That's all it is. They're getting ready for camp. Those camp bodies. They'll be cut the first 2 weeks.
So why'd you bother? Y'all just donated somebody. Hey, we ought to go there. I'm a defensive lineman. I want to know if I can work out with y'all.
And he signed,
come on in.
And he signed, and he signs not 1 but 2 defensive linemen. As bad as weak as we are on the O line, he signs 2 defensive ends. I'm like, oh my God.
They're a rare breed.
Yeah.
Brian, how many guys you remember back at school or any other time where everybody want to come out? I'm going to play offensive line. Well, how many guys were inspired to play offensive line? They're usually the big kids that had no chance to play anything but in the trenches. But actually, playing the offensive line was
the only way they want to play offensive line. You better play.
Yeah,
because you weren't going to play nowhere else.
And that's what I'm saying. That is a stigma that still goes through. Well, I mean, maybe not to such a degree now, because now a kid should be thinking, listen, become a good offensive lineman and sit on a jig against somebody. The dad is like 6'6", 320. You know what? You like football?
Yeah.
Don't worry about quarterback. Don't worry about defensive line. Be an offensive lineman, and you'll make a boatload of cash, especially if you're good. Tell him.
Right.
Get him inspired.
Right.
Let him know what it is to
Yeah.
stop those warriors coming at you at 100 miles an hour. If you're the Terminator, then you'll get paid. You got to tell him. Teach
Right.
him.
Yeah.
God.
Ronbo, that's another thing. When Steve Wilkes gets fired, did you notice that nobody on the defensive said anything? Nobody spoke up. Nobody said.
That's a whole
I don't
other show because
agree.
we're going to run out of time. But listen, rumor has it, and word on the street is they wanted him out. The players, some of them wanted him out too. That's why they didn't say anything.
Yeah. That goes back to the comment that the locker room committee. That's what one of the other callers said. The locker room committee. He was fired. He was fired. You know, he was already fired.
Yeah.
When they get to complaining, we ain't doing this. Come on, bro. They were complaining about Steve Wilkes when we was 5-0.
I know.
They were bitching about him being upstairs, and we were 5-0.
That's not all.
So he didn't have a chance.
Nick
And
was not happy.
then he wasn't allowed to bring nobody. So he was, it was set up from the word go.
We got to go, fam. I tell you what, I'll be back this weekend looking for you. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Still licking my wounds. Shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful. Shout out to production. The law is out.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you, Brian. There he is. Hey, it looks like Norm. Let me see. Who is this here? Norm, hold on a second. It's a blue blood sport. Man, I haven't watched any sports since Sunday. I wish there was an antibiotic or home remedy to get over this sickness. This hurt worse than the other. I know, right? Because that was our game. The Chiefs weren't better than the 49ers. They got the exact, you know what? This is where luck plays a big role in these games. But this time luck got carried away. Oh, my God. It's Storm and Norm. Norm, get it in there and tell us what time it is. Norm got a haircut. Oh, no, there it is, tied in the back. You got it done. Right.
Oh, you
That's a
thought I
good
cut
job.
the hair off? Nah, it's Niners all day. No, I didn't. Y'all was gonna thought I was gonna say I lost the bet, and then they had to cut my dreads off, cut my locks off if the Niners lost. No, I don't do that.
No.
I had a cool show.
And
I had a
stay away from
cool show.
tattoos, too.
Oh yeah, they cool too,
You
but
guys lose the game, I want you to write Chiefs tattoo right across your damn head.
man,
No.
I couldn't find a funny cheese picture to use. So if I did lose a bet, I couldn't find no funny cheese ones on time, or if maybe a Kermit the Frog picture or something holding up the Lombardi. I would have had to do. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, like, how I feel about this game. Like, do you understand that there are more dudes mad about Usher hugging on Alicia Keys still? They still mad about that more than I am about the Niners losing this game.
Norm, it's between Usher squeezing Alicia and also Beyonce with a country track. I don't understand. Both colors are mad as hell. I said, what's wrong with y'all, man? Okay, go ahead, Norm. Stop with that hate.
Right. Like, I don't get it, but I get it like this. Like, people have been asking me about how I've been feeling about things that have been happening. The key thing was Steve Wilkes. When I found out he got fired, I shared it. And, you know what I'm saying, Eagles fan was like, man, you should be pissed. They're always going for the black quarterbacks. I'm like, first of all, whoa, we're not going to do that. We're not going to act like his replacement wasn't a black quarterback, a black coach.
Yeah.
We just replaced D'Amico Ryans. We didn't do him like that.
Nope.
And don't act like he ain't the only brother on the team. Oh, it's Black History Month. Well, he should have made a historical play. Doggone it. Stop the Chiefs before in the end. Come on, man. How are you? There was one play. Okay, remember when Kyle called a timeout, right? I seen it, right? You had your defensive backs, right? They're so far back from the line of scrimmage. And it was, matter of fact, they were behind the first down marker. And I'm like, why? Why are y'all like this?
And they
What type of defense?
Coach told us to. Yeah.
And if it's true that there were some players that, you know what I'm saying, wanted him out
Said
of there,
we
I
had
don't know
enough
how
of Steve. And Norm,
right.
that also speaks to the conversation you just made earlier about colors being involved. There's black dudes in the locker room that said Steve has got to go. So
Right. And there's still black coaches that still like, I could see if every black coach was fired from the 49ers after a Super Bowl loss, then I'd be like, hey, man, come on now, for real.
oh yeah, we'd all be upset then. But we have to stop
No,
choosing
it's not like
colors
that.
by
You
where
have to
you
come.
get fired or hired. Come
It's,
on.
it's February and needs fired. But man, shut up. That's not y'all not gonna get me riled up to jump on y'all's team's bandwagon because we made an executive decision.
Okay, no, there's some white coaches that got fired in February as well. So we got to stop pulling that card on every hire and fire.
Okay, I wouldn't like. It don't know what we're gonna do. Hire an Asian coach because it's Chinese New Year. Like
Norm, that's the neutral ground. That's where we can go.
what is wrong with people? Nah, but I've been.
Too bad Otani plays baseball because I know he knows a lot about baseball, but he's over there. But maybe learn Japanese.
Like I don't know. I don't know why Richard Sherman is a name that keeps coming up in conversations in my thought process, but I don't know about seeing. How would you feel about seeing him as defensive coordinator? I don't mean defensive backs coach, yeah, but you think full-fledged DC?
No. His knowledge of the game, and he is a Stanford student. His knowledge of the game is so out there. I'd love to have him as a DB coach because he called people accountable. I don't know about entire defensive line. We need a linebacker to run the defense so they can play both. They know both sides of the ball or both sides of the field.
Yeah. Man, and special teams, that blunder on special teams, we got to see what's up with that. It's how we can improve our the type of, just improve that special teams, the play calling, the players, the execution, the preparation, all that. You know what I'm saying? Because that play could have been easily avoided. The one where
got hit in the leg?
Yeah, got hit Luter in the leg. And Ray was trying to make a play instead of falling on it.
I don't know what he was thinking about.
And there were just so many ways to play. The game got squandered away. I can't just point fingers at one person. But I'm just saying, like, moving forward, I named a few things, but that definitely offensive line for Shelley in the draft. I would like to see some moves in free agency in the draft that address that offensive line. You feel me? Because that was that's one of them things. Did Ayuk have somebody turf dancing on the 1 yard line? On that 3rd and 4, that man fell on his own cleats.
I'm telling you.
One of the best chief defensive backs was dancing over his own cleats, and Ayuk was just by himself in the end zone. And somebody, somewhere, there was just no protection for this man. It's like he was.
And this has been a story of the year. Norm, we got to go, fam. I always love to hear from you. Let's just get together on Friday. I'm glad you didn't make any crazy bets. You scared me there. Came in with the hair pulled back like that. And then Norm lost some money making a bet.
I have to get my usher on this weekend. You feel me? And that's all I got to say. And it's Niners all day. Shout out to the faithfuls, man. Stay that way. Like, subscribe, Ronbo Sports.
Thanks, Norm. All right, fam. Talk to you Friday. Oh, we got some time.
All right, man.
Yep. And we go to Greg.
Hey, Ronbo, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Greg. I can hear you now. You were trying to get in, I guess.
All right, cool. I'm coming back to AC, Atlantic City, man. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you. It's a good. I don't blame you. Get that out of your system.
Man.
In Jersey, how many 49er fans? How many non-49er fans in Jersey? You're in the right crossfire between Giants, Jets, Eagles. Greg, you must be arguing all day.
Oh my God, you know it, man. You know, but we got a lot of. Even my buddies that are Eagles fans were screaming, against the damn Chiefs. Listen, I gotta make some points, man.
Please.
I didn't watch the game again. I've been depressed, but I understand it's just a game. Don't get nerved. Don't get too upset.
I try to think that way, but it's hard.
Like, I gotta say, okay. When you watch Kelsey screaming like a little bitch with Reed and pushing Reed around because he was,
hard.
like he wasn't supposed to eat at the buffet. He was smacking him around,
Yeah.
Like, why he was doing that? Because he was so frustrated because Greenlawn took away the middle and he couldn't do shit.
I mean,
and
they
that's
ate his
what I
ass
knew.
up. Yeah.
That's what I knew in my mind. I said, we're winning this fucking game. We are going to win this game because these guys can't do shit, and they stopped Pashenko. They were knocking, and you know what? They had that one bomb, and it was because he got, what's his name? The safety got. Apparently his eyes got messed up with the lights. But either way, we got it back.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, okay, even with the muff punt, even with the McCaffrey fumble, we still had. I knew we were. In my mind, I said they're gonna outplay them. They're gonna get their shit together. They're gonna start moving it. And Brock was doing what he had to do. I mean, they were giving him trouble, but then everything just when Dre went down, and they started picking away, Mahomes, and I was just like, oh man, we're hanging in there. We're giving it our all, but I was just like, jeez, oh man, it just made me nuts,
Yeah.
So I don't know, Ronbo. I was looking at that game and I'm just thinking to myself, if he could only have got that touchdown, if somebody could have just picked up Chris Jones,
Yes,
he would have had that to Juwan.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, because he would have had the first down, Juwan, and then he would have punched it in with McCaffrey. There's no way. And then Mahomes, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs fans and everybody else, and the Chiefs said, they would have went down and scored the extra point to win it. You know what? That's a lot of bullshit.
It really
they
is.
would have maybe tied it again, but come on, Ronbo. I mean, if we could have done that, I mean, whatever. I can't listen. I give the Chiefs credit, but there was some offense. They were holding both the same refs from 4 fucking years ago.
Yep. Same guys.
Holding, and we get a holding penalty
And
on Trent.
Yeah.
So one of the best offensive linemen, yet the Chiefs, who've been penalized more than anybody, even in the other two playoff games.
And we made a gain on that play with George Kittle, and they called it back. You motherfucker! I tell you,
unreal.
I was livid.
And I saw a clip of Mikhail was bitching at the ref, like, if you're going to call, okay, he was wrong, make sure you call it on Mahomes, because when he runs, they do the same shit, and they didn't do nothing. So either the fix is in, and I'm getting really aggravated because, I don't – look, I'm just pissed off. I'm sorry I'm venting.
No.
But,
okay.
here's another thing. I gotta say this. You talk about Brock Purdy. I don't know who. I didn't watch any of the shows, but I did watch one guy, that Dan Orlinsky, and he said something that really resonated. If you don't think Brock Purdy's a top 10 quarterback, then you're on drugs. He is a top 10 quarterback. Let me tell you why real fast. 3 weeks ago, when the Chiefs were playing for the championship game of Baltimore, do you know what Lamar's QBR rating was? It was in the 40s.
It was awful.
Do you know what Josh Allen's was the week before? In the 40s. Do you know what Brock Purdy's was? It was in the mid-70s. Yeah. In the mid-70s. This is a kid that's not even 2 years in the friggin' league, and he's out playing two of the best quarterbacks against that defense. So you all can go shove it up your ass, all you haters. We've got our quarterback, okay? And you build your team around your quarterback, just like Joe Montana in the old days. And I'm not saying he's Joe, but I think by next year you're going to have him up on your wall, and this kid is going to lead us to a Super Bowl because we got the best GM in football, and they're not going to let up. They're going to get it. They're going to keep pushing, and they're going to get it. So everybody get calm and get up. You're upset, but have a little bit of faith because this team is not done yet, and they're ready. They're getting ready. All right? God bless. I don't know.
Agree. Yeah, great
I hope
points.
so, Ronbo.
Great points. They're going to be fired up. They're going to get over this and come back into camp ready to go.
Yeah.
This is the fun thing. The only good thing that comes from this, Greg, is the fact they're so pissed off they can't wait to get back. They're a little unnerved right now, and they don't feel like playing football, I'm sure. But in about a month or so, well, they're going to want to go back and get redemption, especially look and see who we've still got. So,
And another thing, I mean, I understand people pissed with the Wilkes thing. I did like Steve Wilkes, but I could see there was tension with him coming down from the booth. This wasn't because of the Super Bowl. All the idiots out there like ESPN, the morons and the talking heads, they don't even know that the reason he got it's just he didn't mesh with Kyle. Kyle messed up too in his offensive, and the guys, did not met with the penalties and with the the muff punt and everything else. But I honestly think they should have got Fangio before the Dolphins, because I liked Fangio back in the day. I thought he was a hell of a defensive mind, but maybe they get Belichick. I mean, it's a long shot. But I'll tell you right now, Ronbo, they get Belichick, you can mail it in. You can mail it in. If
I
they
agree
get
with that. I agree.
And I know you got to go, but
we do.
Last
great to hear from you.
Last thing, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Who is the Super Bowl favorite next year to win the Super Bowl? Do you know?
Tell me.
It's the Niners. So there you go. Booyah! Booyah!
I just wanted you to say because I heard it.
All right, baby. All right, buddy. I'll let you go. I'll see you Friday. I had to go in the hiding for a week.
No, I appreciate it, Greg. Always love hearing from you. All right, Greg. Have a
God
great
bless.
night.
Take care.
I got you, fam.
Too.
Blue Blood Sports says the right side of the old line was terrible, and their fighting on social media was disheartening. Not to mention not getting any of those holding calls is disgusting. How we lose this damn game, I wish that's what's so irritating about this. That may have been a gimme, and they gave it. The Chiefs weren't better than the 49ers. In fact, we outplayed them most of the game. Hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo? Hey.
Steven, we're still pissed off. We're going to probably be like this until mid-July. But Steven, go ahead.
I'm over it, Ronbo. I'm already looking forward to who we need to re-sign and who we're going to let go and who we should let go.
Yeah.
So first and foremost, the handful of people I think the Niners should re-sign definitely is Chase Young. That should be priority number 2 on my list. Number 1 definitely would have to be. Number 1 would be Chris Conley. Chris Conley is a clutch wide receiver.
Like
he is our second Jawan Jennings, and I've seen it in flashes to where I'm like, yeah, this guy's guaranteed, just like Jawan. I say definitely re-sign Randy Gregory. Why do I say that? Because Drake Jackson is going to be coming back next season, and if there's anyone who I think Drake Jackson can learn best from, is Randy Gregory, because they play a very similar style. They let Javon Kinlaw walk, pick up another big, heavy defensive end in another defensive tackle in the draft. Let's see.
Make sure his knee
Kevin
is
Gibbons
okay when you draft him. Don't bring anybody in with suspect problems that are going to become bigger. Javon Hargrave, the dude is hurt. How many years? 2, 3?
Oh, Ronbo.
Man.
He's hurt almost damn near all the time. I say let go of John Feliciano, and I will tell you why. There is nothing more dangerous than having a guy who outs his own teammates on social media. That's bullshit-ass excuse.
Yeah.
No, that's not cool. As offensive linemen, man, they stick together. For as long as I've known it, they have stuck together.
I think he's Italian. His temper got the better of him. He could have let that go.
What did Feliciano say? What did Feliciano say?
He told Burford that
he said
he could have chopped him or something. You just don't let him go.
Yeah. He was saying that, if you know everything that you do know, that's not Compton's guy. And then just threw, Spencer Burford under the bus. And it's like, even then, bro, you don't do that. You don't speak on another man's behalf, especially if you're on teammate.
And if you had something to say to Burford, call him on the phone or send him a text message. You don't need to put it on Twitter.
Yeah. That's nah. And he seems like a lot of drama, too. Especially with that whole thing with the Eagles. It's too much drama, and the Niners don't need that. They need to focus on what's really at hand. If they're looking to get that chip, Ronbo, they need to focus and start retooling immediately. If anything, Tyshawn Gibson, let him walk. he's great, but he is older. He's going to get beat, and he's going to get exposed. Logan Ryan, that's a tough one. That's a tough one because he's had his moments, and then there's those moments where he's really bad. So I say let him walk.
Logan didn't have any workout all year, but I wonder how old is Logan Ryan?
He's not that old. I want to say he's probably beginning of his 30s. No, I can't remember.
Did he retire or just quit?
Let go.
Because remember they caught him on a cruise and asked him if he felt like playing. He said, "Give me a few days, I'll be there."
Yeah.
I don't know.
We got to re-sign Ross Dwelly. That's no question. Re-sign Ross Dwelly. Let go of Charlie Warner. Sebastian Joseph Day.
Have you had enough of Charlie Warner too? I mean, no impact Charlie Warner. At least Dwelly does something every now and then. I forgot Warner was on the team most of the time.
Ronbo, Dwelly has not dropped a single pass that he's ever been thrown. Like, he has not dropped a single pass. Ever. He blocks most times, and Kittle gets all the touches. But when Ross Dwelly gets the touches, he has not dropped a single pass.
But I don't know why
So
Kyle
that is
doesn't
something to
utilize
really look at.
It took Kyle this long to use Juice, and Juice had an amazing playoff series. My God, Juice was awesome.
He jumped over somebody, Ronbo. He jumped over somebody.
And then them toe drag swags. I mean, them right on the line, or inches to go. Made sure that Brock had something to throw to. Catch makes a catch, and then falls like the leaning tower of pizza slowly to the ground. Oh my God! Look at that catch.
Ronbo. And I'm gonna say something hella controversial. But I hate this. I really do.
Go ahead.
But if it really comes down to it, I gotta say we gotta trade Brandon Ayuk. It sucks. It absolutely sucks, Ronbo. But here's the thing. BA, for what it's worth, great fucking wide receiver. In terms of blocking, he has his moments where he's really good. There's sometimes where he's questionable. And everyone's saying, oh, why not trade Debo? Because Debo brings a skill that we don't expect from a lot of wide receivers. He's not the best route runner, but he can run through people. And that's something that can be said.
DCs have to they gotta get ready for him. I don't know what they do for the Ayuk, but DCs do have to prepare for Debo Samuel. I know that. And they did a good job a couple of times this year too. Like in this Super Bowl, they kind of shut him down.
Yeah, they shut him down, and I'm like, man, it sucks. But you know what? If we can get something out of Brandon Ayuk, it'd be a couple of picks. My wet dream fantasy in this draft, Rumble, I swear to God, my wet dream fantasy, is signing Brendan Rice.
Hey, I thought, is he declaring for the draft? How does it work?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he is. And Rumble, there's nothing.
Jerry would become the coach then. We got to go though, fam.
Yeah.
Steven,
Jerry would become the coach.
Because you always got lots of good stuff. I love that. We're going to argue about that receiver thing at some point anyway. That's why I didn't get started yet. Anyway, I'll tell you what, I'll see you Friday, okay?
All right, I'll see you Friday, Rumble. Have a good night.
Say hey. Good night, Steven. And Blue Blood Sports, we need a legit corner. And what do you think about us signing Joey Bosa? Or should we just resign Chase Young? Now, Nick has gone down, Blue Blood. Thanks for that contribution. Nick has gone down and saying he'd love to see if we can get Chase Young, if indeed it isn't a strain. And also, of course, his brother. Man, he said the same thing, but can you imagine the Bosa brothers? Did you watch, what's that, that ice, is that Casey on the phone? What's the name of those two brothers on that hockey team, on that famous movie? The what brothers? They came in and they just hockey's got assassins out on the floor. That's what their job is. Those two guys sitting there with the big glasses on their face, they look like a couple of nerds. They got on the floor and they just were just pure hell. You see the Bosa brothers, man. Everybody's like, oh man, every team we gotta play the Bosa brothers next week. Well, guys, we're gonna manage to survive that, and we're gonna be fine. Hey, Michael. What was it?
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing, buddy?
Hey,
Ronbo.
Michael. Yeah, we just sit back.
I just found out. Yeah, but know what I found out? Week 1 this year, I think we're going to open up against Kansas City. Remember all the Super Bowl teams that play? Usually open the regular season, Week 1 Thursday night, primetime game for the Sun Mountain.
Where'd you find that out from?
Yep. I figured last year, I think the winners of the Super Bowl, I think it goes by every year. I think everybody who wins the Super Bowl or played the Super Bowl plays the first week of the regular season.
I know the Eagles did play KC early in the season last year. But was it week 1 or 2 or 3?
And we're playing Kansas City this year.
Yeah.
In Kansas City. I think it's in Kansas City. I think it's on the road, I think. We're playing them. I know that. That's an extra game.
Of course, we'd have to be on the road.
Extra week.
Yeah.
I don't care. By then, we'll be ready.
Yeah, oh, no. The Chiefs got to know, man. 49ers can't wait to play them. They need to be worried.
Well,
we ain't worried about them. We own the 49ers. I know.
No, they don't own nothing. They don't own nothing. Trust me. So. If they owned us, they would have blown the pants off us. And they didn't blow no pants off us. We played it like checkers.
I mean, they
played checkers with them or chess.
No, they got away.
They got away. Rams are nothing either. Yeah, the Rams are not going nowhere this year either.
They think so. They think they're going to come and win the West.
They think so. And what my daughter says, I remember live the other day, she saw him eating a Big Mac on his broadcast. I said, oh, my God.
Really?
He was eating a McDonald's Big Mac. I said, that's nothing new for the Rams fans. That's what they like to do, stuff their face like we do. We stuff them up.
Bad diet. That's what makes them so strange.
Yeah, that's why the Rams are so strange. That's what I told my daughter. The Rams fans are strange face, man. At least you come and hang out with Ronbo. At least, it's a chill vibe. Not like the Rams, all about drama mama, talking crap about everybody in the 49ers.
By the way, Michael, were they banning, was Rudy banning 49er fans from making comments?
Yep, banning them and reporting them.
See, Rudy, you got a lot of nerve. You come in here and say anything you want, you and your contingent. And I don't do anything but let our guys work you over. But our guys come to your place and you ban them. That's weak, bro. That's
all right.
Weak. Okay, go ahead.
That's all right. Then what? The Rams fans are the weakest link. They're the weakest link. They can't handle the 49er pressure. I told you, 49 Empire, they can't handle us. We go right in and we can take them out like the regular guys do. And trust me. But, I'm worried about the free agent signing. With Josie Boza, the only thing I worry about with them is injury problem. The main thing is key is offensive line. Like that guy from Oregon. Yes, I heard a lot of good things about him.
Yeah.
The Oregon guy?
Yeah, I was right then. It was Oregon. I thought I heard something good about an Oregon offensive line.
Yeah. I have a friend that lives out in Seattle in Oregon, and he's seen a lot of games with Oregon Ducks. And he says,
he's been talked about a lot.
You get him, yes. You get him, you'll be fine.
Ooh.
Yes.
Think about how excited they are.
And I think what the Niners could do, if the Niners are smart and play the cards with, they could package some draft picks and maybe get 2 first round, get their own first round, and maybe get another first round, and maybe take an offensive receiver.
Yeah.
Move up, move up, play the cards. You got 11 draft picks to play with.
That would
so you can keep a you. Yeah, I don't want to lose. I like to get Jennings signed back up. That's the key. That's the guy I want. Sign Jennings.
He's coming back.
That's the key.
He's a restricted free agent.
Yeah,
the Niners are not about to let him leave.
I think Ayuk is going to come back. He's just upset because they lost. When you're upset as a player, you take it out on social media. Listen to people in high school football. A lot of high school, we're not winning champions. I quit football.
I know, right? Right. Remember those guys? Hey, also, when you see them washing the walls, that's a modern day way to do it. If you see the walls get washed down, they make sure everybody notices. Ayuk has cleaned his wall of all 49er emblems or anything representing the San Francisco 49ers. What? Oh, and you guys had to report it. That's exactly what he wanted you to do.
Ayuk will be fine. Don't listen to his brother. His brother, he's happy he's with us. I think he just takes it out, as a player, as a former player. Especially a lot of you guys in the chat, you can play football. You probably felt the same way as you. But what did you guys do? You played again for the same team.
Anyway, Debo and his brothers, same thing. So you know what? If anything, they should all know that does not work. Stop.
No. Let me get a shout out to Tony Wright. I say, Tony Wright. I hope your ball can do better than Rams. I'll put money. You do good. I'm going to tell them I told you so. I told you so. They get the right quarterback in Atlanta, and I think they'll be fine.
Oh hell yeah! They got offensive weapons up the kazoo.
They do. They got best receivers. Got a running back. Tight end.
That run game is tough. Yeah. So
you better watch it. You better watch out, Rams and Detroit. Mr. Montgomery. I think it's
got my draft crush over there. Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I think Atlanta's going to be a team that's going to make the playoffs next year. A lot of people think so. I say yes. I think Atlanta could. Because that whole division's not as good as anymore. You know that whole division they're in?
Oh, this
Anybody.
is
I think
NFC
Atlanta
South.
has a better shot.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
a little weird because
I
I
think
don't
Atlanta
know
does.
why.
Yeah.
Knowledge just skates by all the time. They're pretty much the ownership. They've got the ownership of that division for the last decade, I guess.
Now for defensive coach, now if we get, the guy from Seattle, boy, he won't be chewing a lot of gums. He'd be so excited. Probably. He can't. Shoot, he might give the gums to all the coaches. Chew it up, baby.
His thing is defense.
I mean, I don't mind. If we can't get Belichick, get him. If not, get the guy from Tennessee, Verbal.
There you go.
He sounds like a guy like
I thought about that too. We gotta go, Mike. I'll see you
All right, boss.
Friday.
Friday, buddy. I was just shut out you and your family, man. Have a good one.
Thanks, Michael. Looking forward to Friday.
Okay,
Always
bye.
now. All right, fam. Yeah, as fun as I say.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Who do you think is going to be a defensive coordinator with all big names out there?
I can't. There's not a lot of big names out there. That's the thing. I can't imagine who's going to be. Listen, fam, hold on, though. We'll get back to you in a few minutes. Hold that thought, okay? Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, we're still pissed off and mad as hell.
No.
Normally, we don't talk about that. Yeah, Grant Cohn is going absolutely nuts. I decided, I read him. Grant's got something bad to say about everybody on the team, right? I said, you know what? I got to come in today and be positive, but I just want to say a few more things about this Super Bowl. So you know what? We're going to do the Grant Cohn today too, if you like, or not. But Tony, I thought I left you some thoughts that you wanted to continue, and I thought I'd run this show again. What are you thinking that you didn't get a chance to say?
Well, Ronbo, when you investigate something like this, it has to be fair and just, right? Correct? Yeah. Okay, so how many times did the defense give you the ball back?
Good question.
4 or 5 times?
Yeah.
What did you do with it?
That's a good question. I really, Tony, how many times, you got that number? How many times did we get the ball back and not do a damn thing?
And at the Chiefs' goal line.
That Jair Brown.
You come out in the third quarter, like Frank said, you throw the ball 9 times. Okay, Debo got shut down, couldn't get away. Kittle got shut down, couldn't get away. So why didn't you call plays for Juszczyk and Jennings? Call a couple of them, spread the field out, then get the other dudes back involved into the game when you see the opportunity.
Because now all your weapons are being utilized. Exactly. Now you're scaring me. Because I'm watching Jennings do this. I'm watching Juice do that. But we got George Kittle and Debo Samuel and also CMC covered. Okay, fine. You go ahead and cover them. Because we're gonna tear you apart with this. God.
You can see that they're covering them. Bust the game wide open. Throw it to somebody else that they're not expecting to. And 9 times you throw it in the third quarter. Oh, why did you go away from the run game, Kyle? I didn't. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
What if you ran it? And he threw it on third down. What if you ran it on third down and you got within 1 yard of the goal line? That would have given you an option to throw it on fourth or punch it in. Made a mistake there. Made a mistake
again. But have you watched that game again since the first time? I saw some things this time.
No, I haven't.
It's
I can't bear to
watch
it.
But I do know that they were shutting us down from running. Not completely, but to the point where you had to get them off that line of scrimmage.
That's why you switch it up.
Yeah.
That's why you switch it up. They're shutting down Debo and Kittle. Throw it to Juszczyk and Jennings.
Well, yeah. And they did finally, but, they didn't do it enough for me. I agree.
You know what I mean? You got to adjust on the fly. Not just bury your head in that stupid sheet that you've got there. Are you watching the game, mate?
I know.
You know what I mean? Or you're looking at the sheet the whole goddamn game.
Reading. Kyle, you need to watch the field on occasion. So,
And you know the rules, right, Ronbo? You know the overtime rules. That if he just deferred, he knew that he was going to get the ball.
back.
That's true.
So what? We don't care what Mahomes does. What if he got a stop?
Ooh. Well, see,
All
that's
right?
a gamble.
What if he got a stop and we went down and punched it in? Or if Mahomes scored, all right, and then we score, that gives you a chance to go for 2.
Yeah. Tony, what
and
if
game's over?
What if it wasn't for analytics is starting to play too big of a role in the NFL? And Kyle came back, and that's what his reasoning was. He told, he said, "Well, our people are Fred. We're gonna keep it. We're gonna take it." Kyle just
will
consulted
say
with the
anything
analytics
to get out of it.
But listen, here's the thing.
Right,
What if it wasn't for the analytics people? What does Kyle do the same thing? I wonder.
I don't believe that. Sorry, mate, but I don't believe that. The analytics and all that horse shit. You're the coach. You've got no excuse.
You got enough experience. That's true.
Right? Are the analytics people out there coaching a team?
No, hell no.
No.
That's a good thing.
You are. Right?
Yeah. True.
And have a look at Kyle's stats when he's got a lead at halftime.
Oh, it's
We know what they are
atrocious.
when he hasn't got a lead at halftime. But when he's got a lead at halftime, he's money. Straight money, except in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And you lost it. And you lost it.
Snatched. Twice.
You lost it 3 times. 2 with one team, 1 with another. Exactly the same way. Come on, the guy has to be scrutinised. And then he makes a dumbass thing. He says, all right, first of all, Wilkes said, okay, I'm coming into this team and I will do it Kyle's way, all right, the way he wants it done. Then he kicked him out, right? Here's the stupidity, right? And he doesn't even think the idiot. Then he kicks him out and goes, oh, I think it was time to go in a different direction. You never even let the bloke go in a different direction.
It doesn't make. And Tony, when you say that, it goes all the way back from day one. Why did you hire him? Okay, listen, come in here, take your clothes off, and put these on. What? Listen, what I want from you is to make sure you continue to run the same defense we had last year. We were doing fine last year. The only reason you're here is because D'Amico left. Basically, is what he's telling me. Now I got to come in. I can't bring any of my people in. I can't rely upon them. We can't put our heads together and put this thing together. I've got to try to figure out your defense and try to run it. That was a fail. Destined to fail from the very beginning. I just didn't see it, but I said, oh, my God.
And people say defense wins champions, right? Championships, okay? Okay, so you've got 2 types, in my eyes, you've got 2 types of defenses. One's the normal defense, all right? And the other one is defending your quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. How about we start doing that a little bit? Give the boy 2 or 3 seconds to throw the ball like Patrick Mahomes is dancing around like a ballerina in the behind the O line.
Yeah.
They're defending too. They're defending their quarterback. All right. Give him a couple of seconds. Ayuk's wide open in the end zone with no one around him.
He's got 2. You're right. Ayuk's the widest open, but Jennings over there too. And with Jennings, I don't care if there's 10 yards or 6 yards or 7 yards to go. If he gets the ball, if you're standing out in front of him, look the hell out. He's coming in. So,
And people want to get rid of Brandon Ayuk. Brandon Ayuk goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. We play them again next year.
You know it immediately.
And Brandon Ayuk scores the winning touchdown. We lose again.
Tony, we gotta go. I tell you, man, we're never gonna get enough to say here. I'm gonna say, we'll see you Friday, okay? We'll continue.
All right, brother. Anyway, you slice it. It's Kyle's fault. I don't care what anyone says.
Put Tony on top of the list and get rid of Kyle, people. All right, Tony. Talk to you Friday.
Right,
have a great day.
Shout out to the mob, and I'll talk to you next time.
Looking forward. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, God. See, that's why the frustration comes in, because you sit here and you bump your head on the wall. There's been times I'll just walk along and something else going on. You get into your daily grind, whatever you do, and all of a sudden you just stop and think, damn it, that was that. It was right there. And people around you, what's wrong with you? No, I'm good. What's the matter? Well, you just broke out screaming all of a sudden. What the hell's wrong with you? Especially if you're doing that. And so I'm having all kind of emotional attacks behind this. I really am. I didn't do this the last time we did this, but this time it really bothers me. As Papa Dragon. Pop Get on in here, man.
What's
and lay that-
happening, Ronbo? What's happening,
You know,
brother? How
it's-
you doing?
I'm just part of the group that's having a nervous breakdown. But you know, Pop, we're going to survive this. And
Of course,
yeah, we
of course
doing
we
good.
are. I mean, we
know-
just
doing
lost
good.
the Super Bowl by 3 points in overtime with
Mm-hmm.
probably more than a dozen blunders,
Yep.
self-inflicted
At least.
blunders. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not making excuses. I'm
Well,
saying
that's not an excuse. Those are reasons. I relabel those. Those are facts.
self-inflict. Like a big part of it really does come from the top, in my opinion. It does. It starts with the Yorks. It starts with Jed York. You know, right now, according to Jed, if I follow his lead, this season was a success. Am I wrong?
You know,
Am
I
I
heard him
being-
say it. You're right.
Am I being
Jed's-
negative or am I being factual?
Jed just doesn't want those planes flying overhead talking about getting rid of him. See, because you
Yeah.
can't do that now because we get to the point where you can't fly those banners. But go ahead.
I'm
You're
just-
right.
Overall, like I said, am I sitting here saying I want Shanahan fired? No. Am I sitting here saying, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, you know, I'm not going to blow smoke up your butt either. Like, I still don't believe that Purdy is a top 10 quarterback, but I think he's a great fit for this offense. I think he has enough to win a Super Bowl because he almost did it.
Yeah.
Like I said, the last time he left the field, he had a 3-point lead. Not bad.
Pop, I just want to add to this. I just want to add this to that. Here's the way it's going to go from now on. With the NFL, you either have a Hall of Fame quarterback or a quarterback that's efficient but doesn't cost anything, like a rookie quarterback. Those are the only two teams that are going to be. Because if anybody thinks Lamar Jackson going to come in next year and win a Super Bowl, no. If you think Josh Allen's coming in next year and win a Super Bowl, maybe the two of them might do well. But Patrick Mahomes, the legend, is going to beat them both again.
No,
Okay,
I
go
mean, here's the deal. I think with Patrick Mahomes, you have a situation where you just don't want him to have the ball last
No.
with a chance to win. But it was the same way with Tom Brady, right? And you could arguably say it's the same thing with Brock Purdy in the past couple of games. So the point is that, yeah, you do need to be efficient, but you also have to be a playmaker. And I believe that Brock has some playmaking ability. You know, and I think he has big time playmaking ability, and he has room to grow. That's why I'm not sitting here. I'm not going to toss him in the top 10. I'm
Not
not
yet.
going to perfect that we lost. No, he'll earn it. He'll earn it, and everybody will say it. Everyone will say it, including Nick Wright, because you won't be able to deny it.
No,
right?
he won't. But
You
that's why I
can't go-
hope he doesn't. Then we can crucify him. But go ahead.
You can't go off on stats because, again, you know, he had a better QBR than Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes has the ring. So that's why it's like when you look at stats and things like that, stats is one barometer. But at the end of the day, does the player have a dog in him?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you're looking at. But there's a lot of unfortunate things that happened in that game. There were things that were self-inflicted. Like I say, to me, it starts with the top. The minute you tell a coach that, hey, this is already a success, great. The fact is that the San Francisco 49ers, just that one company. Now, remember, the Yorks are venture capitalists. So they partially own more than 50 companies.
Mm-hmm.
And the San Francisco 49ers makes them the most money. They basically clear about $622 million a year out of that stadium. So
That's a little
there
better
won't
than
be
pocket money. But
There's
they
a lot
won't
of
play the
pocket-
Santa Clara Chamber of Commerce.
no. They play the game. That's what they do. That's what businesses do.
I know.
You know, I've known too many people that have been in business, and you know, trust me, they sit there and they bring a business to town, and they want free taxes for a decade. They want all kinds of stuff. So the point is that, you know, moving forward, it's just ultimately that only one team will be happy at the end of the year, and it wasn't San Francisco. I just hate to lose the way that the San Francisco 49ers lost because I predicted it. Sometimes when somebody says something, you got to believe who they are as a person. You see what I'm saying? There's no reason to sit there and lie or be upset about what happened. But, you know, you have to understand that they're at fault for being unprepared. That comes from arrogance, right? So, you know, hopefully this is a big humble pie to swallow. Hopefully Shanahan gets better. But if you think if I'm Jet York, I'm firing him, that's not going to happen because he makes York too much money. The only way that Shanahan gets fired is if that stadium's empty. Then he's going to get fired.
Yeah, and flags start flying
Now-
overhead. Yeah.
Right. Now, beyond that, would I fire him just on principle? And the answer is no. I'd have a serious talk with him. I'd put some steps in place for him to get better as a head coach. And if he's receptive to that, then he should do that. But there's things that he needs to do. He's got too much on his plate. Since he lost McDaniels, he hasn't had an OC, so he's covering that job. So he's doing too much. He's a little bit of GM with final say. He's trying to be a head coach of everybody, and he's trying to offensive coordinate. That's too much. He needs to have an offensive coordinator. He needs to have someone that he can bounce ideas off of.
Exactly.
And then number two, it's like if you're on an island by yourself making decisions like he is, I don't know why you call the play. Everybody wants to blame Burford for the play, right? But it really should go on coaching. It should go on the call. You don't pull your center away from Chris Jones, and you don't use some elaborate. You don't do play action fake. Everyone knows they're not going to honor that. It's not going to slow Jones down. So they did a play action fake, which was a mistake. They were in shotgun. That was a mistake. They were also pulling offensive linemen, including your center.
Yeah.
That's a mistake. Keep your 5 guys in, bring an extra guy to come in and block, like I said.
Yeah.
And guess what?
And
you have 6 points, 7 points. You may not have won, but you increase your chances of winning. And that's all that you can do. So Kyle's got to make better decisions overall.
But by now, Kyle should know these things. Because do you know that it was CMC that made another key block earlier in the game that nobody talks about, but it was brought up that it was not his assignment, but he had the wherewithal to know to at least slow Chris Jones down, or there would have been another incident like that. We got to go, though, Pop.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And just finally, just want to give a big shout out to you, Ronbo, and production. Big shout out to Jalen, Tony Down Under, Chill Pill Phil. I haven't heard from him in a minute. Ellis. It was nice to hear from the Big Show. It was nice to hear from him. Sharon, Mom, Evan, Alan, Jack, the Dark One, Fish Sandwich Frank, Emilio, and Donut and his crew. So God bless. Right. Peace out, guys. Everything's going to get better. You still got a great football team that should be in the mix next year, and you do need some luck in this game, and hopefully we have Greenlaw back. And hopefully they address the offensive line, and hopefully Kyle sometimes you just got to have your guys tighten their helmets up and play straight up football. Stop trying to trick people and stop trying to be clever. And he'd win the big one.
All right. Good stuff. Words of wisdom from Pop. All right, Pop. I'll see you Friday if you got some time. All right.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Night.
Right.
Oh, man. And we zoom over to, we got something up here. Okay, that's why we shouldn't keep clicking that. Blue Blood Sports, we need a legit corner. And what do you think about us signing Joey Bosa, or should we just re-signing Chase Young? That is the question. Did we do that already? Thanks, Blue Blood. Really appreciate you, Phil. Yo, Ellis. Yo, Ellis.
Ron Bizzle.
I've seen that displayed, and oh God.
Hey, anybody remember that when Mahomes played Darlene on Roseanne? Look at her. That motherfucker is he done already beat George Kittle into the limelight about 25 years ago. He must be about 60 right now, looking like he's in his 30s.
But
Darlene about 60 in real life, but we can't
tell. You never know about Patrick and what he did years before he started playing football. I can't imagine. But
that's part of his ancestry or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, since we're still hot and bothered, and I know you left some things because you always do that you wanted to say. What you want to extend upon whatever you were talking about last time? Go right ahead. I mean, because I know people, other fan bases, man, the 49ers still over there crying about that game. Look, y'all are coming in this chat Know your role and shut your mouth. You're in here just because we let you be in here. All right, go ahead, Ellis. Did we lose Ellis? Ellis. Ellis, sometimes he's putting those pictures up. He loses his connection. Ellis, you gonna be okay? Should we go back? Should we come back to Ellis?
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Well, what you were saying?
No, I was just putting the people in the chat because we're crying about this for a full week, but we have a right to. When you're as good as we are, and you lose things because of a fluke or a lucky thing, if they'd have beat our ass, I wouldn't be saying that I'd have got over it. But that is not the case, right? So that's what I'm saying, man. You people who don't win no games, you don't participate in these games, you don't even make the playoffs, need to shut the hell up. I was making that point. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, man. You know what? It's I mean, I said the same thing the other night when we had talked. It's one of those things that only us as fans, as Niner fans, are going to understand what it is that took place. To play a team who could go to 3 Super Bowls and not have one holding penalty called against them, you can't tell me that that's nothing to be concerned about. That's close. Yeah, to ignore, because if it was their team that played and lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, and they were holding their team all game, and then it came out that after 3 Super Bowl appearances that they won, that there was not one holding penalty called, they would be saying the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to hear none of that. And at the end of the day, when they have something to say, they're not even worth addressing. It's not even worth giving any credence or attention to, because it's like, they're just doing that to really get under our skin anyway. We know we know the truth.
And I just want to amplify on your point there too. That's why I felt sorry for Patrick Mahomes when he ran through there. But that may be the reason why they clotheslined his little ass when he came running through there. That dude hit Patrick so hard, I felt bad about that, But it was probably due to the fact that refs weren't protecting him. Hey, refs don't. He can hold me all day. Wait, let him come running through here again. And they tried to kill him. See, that's what that brings. Our people are not that kind of mean, though. So God.
Well, we need to be that kind of mean.
I know.
That's kind of like the problem. We need to lay his ass out. Do you remember when Jimmy Ward hit Patrick Mahomes on the goal line and tried to kill him?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when we tried to put him in a body bag that hit?
I know. I know. Got flagged.
That's why I love Jimmy. That's why I love Jimmy Ward so much. Jimmy is not going to spare you if you come and try to do anything. Dre Greenlaw is not going to spare you. You need guys like that on the team to, make sure everybody know. Y'all know why we here, right? Those hits are those kind of things. That's a message to even your own team, not just the opposition, that, hey, we're here to stop the other team from scoring. So let's do that. You know what I mean? Let's do that in a unrelenting fashion, aggressive, dangerous fashion. You know what I mean?
Smack his ass.
And then obviously, and within the scope of the quote unquote NFL guidelines. But anyway, I don't know what's going on with this Brandon Ayuk Debo thing. If it did end up coming down to one of the two players, I'm having a hard time picking and choosing who's going to cost the most. At the end of it all, I think because Brandon Ayuk is used more as a wide receiver, we could use him on jet sweeps. Brandon Ayuk has a lot of other things that we can unlock. I think he's only caught a jet sweep one time. That was when Debo was out, and he, Kyle had made a couple of plays for Brandon Ayuk, and he actually looked really good. He obviously is not going to go in between the A, B, and C gaps coming out the backfield, but as far as using him in fashions, with the motion and stuff like that, and giving him jet sweeps and different things going to the outside, Brandon Ayuk is more than capable of doing it. He just doesn't carry the same mass as Debo does. But if
Bam, I just want to mention to you though, Debo is not. You're not saving any money by getting rid of him though, because the cap hit.
Well, it would get less for Debo You know,
Yeah, there's
we get more
a
for
$2
bringing
million
out.
savings, from what I understand.
Yeah, it would be pointless to get rid of Debo. You know, but I'm just saying, I don't think they
Between
have
the
any
two,
plans on.
yeah.
Yeah, I would keep them both. Chase Young, he's going to cost too much. He's coming off, his rookie deal. He wants to get paid, so somebody else is going to pay him. He's not going to be a Niner.
Yep.
Joey Bosa is, I mean, he just whooped the Chargers with his contract. We're not going to pick that shit up. We can't afford that.
No.
It's not even worth considering or talking about.
Yeah,
Either one. Randy Gregory. I would like to keep Randy Gregory. I think we can get him for a low number.
We can afford him.
Shit, we only got him for a couple mil. I would keep Randy Gregory. I would retain Kevin Givens. Javon Kinlaw's probably going to have to go. We can replace a Javon Kinlaw, even though he's probably at his best, probably better than he's ever been in his entire years of playing football right about now. But thanks to us,
he can get paid now. Yeah.
And but I think he's out of our pay range, and because we have too many other areas where we need to delegate some funds. Juwan Jennings, I would love to see Juwan Jennings come back, even if it's just a 1-year deal or a 2-year, if we can do that, because he could still get paid some really good money playing 2 more seasons with us. If he wants,
he's a restricted agent though, fam. Juwan can't leave unless somebody calls and makes a match for whatever. We can match whatever offer he gets, and if we don't, we get compensation, and no team's going to put up with that. I don't think, maybe, but that's pretty, odds are against it.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I really would like to see Juwan Jennings on this team. I don't see Danny Gray coming in and replacing a Juwan Jennings. I don't see his draft.
Danny might be out of here. How many years has he been with us?
His third season, I think, will be coming up next year.
Oh, that's all?
If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it could be his last season. I'm not absolute.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him so much. It's kind of been like
he ain't blocking
a flash.
Yeah, he ain't blocking. That's the only reason he ain't playing. Because Kyle's policy on that. So
and it looked like he might have a little touch of fumbleitis. I don't know if that is something that he's got, like, if it's like really, really bad, but I mean, any kind of fumble, Ray McLeod, that was a waste of $10 million. He's done nothing for us. We could have had anybody, that guy that played in the AFL, or who was it? That fast ass wide receiver Pearson, or whatever he was, that little quick, really fast guy who we saw on tape burning one of our corners up the sideline. We could have kept him and had him running special teams. He was like he was like number one in offensive production in the CFL or whichever one. We should have kept him.
I remember, and he probably didn't block. Fam, we got to go. Let's pick up Friday once a week, because we're gonna be mad about this for God knows how long. But anyway.
Hi, Ronbo.
There they are. What's up,
Hi, Ronbo.
Hey,
it's Josh in the building.
Josh, what's up, Josh? How you doing?
Good. I'm doing good. How are you?
Terrible, Josh. We should have won that Super Bowl. It's really wearing me out. If we got beat, I wouldn't be mad. But we gave the game away, Josh. Remember, always play with intensity. From this point on in your life, remember, never do anything less than 200%.
Our defense wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all.
Well,
and the offense wasn't helping either.
Son, the offense, that was what the problem was. But he was talking about Wilkes, getting fired, and he was, when he came back, he was talking about it, and I'm like, well, we got to figure it out. Look, if
we're scared,
whoever we get, they better be able to do nothing less than what we got from Wilkes, if not more, or it's a total drop off and it was a waste, and Kyle should have never got rid of him. And he's going to be catching heat for that shit, so he better get ready.
Especially
all right, fam.
All right, Josh.
Hey man, y'all go watch those Roseanne reruns with Darlene. Darlene, up over there doing the damn thing, man. Shout out Darlene. Hey, shout out Papa D, man. Shout out Tony. I had to shout out the family in a minute. Shout out Evan. Shout out Donna and Tanisha. Shout out Frank, man. Shout out all the family. Shout out the chat. Y'all know what it is. Chris Hansen and Harold, and all the good people out there, man. The family, man. Y'all know what it is. Hit that like, subscribe.
Appreciate you, fam.
Shout Hey, shout out to Emilio and Bethel too.
Yes, everybody loves Bethel, boy. He's our guy.
Hey,
all right, Ellis.
Shout out people, man. I don't discriminate, man. It's all
There you
love.
go.
If you
All right.
family, we family. Let's get
I
to
love
it.
you, Jalen. I love you, Jalen.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye, guys. Bye, Josh.
Bye.
Hang in there.
Shout out to
All right.
Faithful.
All right, man. Peace.
Night, y'all. Who's that yelling, Jalen? It's actually got to be Casey. Huh? Casey! Casey. Casey. Casey, I thought, who was that? I thought it was Casey's voice we heard. Was that us 49er Brian? Brian!
Hey there, Ronbo.
You know, Brian, I worry about Jalen in that particular age group, the Z Niners, Generation Z Niners. You know, they really sound.
I do too.
They
Oh,
sound
boy.
enraged. You know, they're really and the 49ers, they're just teasing them. They get to the water and they don't drink. You know, it's just really scary. I feel bad for them. You know, I mean, especially in the way we keep losing these games. But Brian,
Yeah. Ronbo, are you and I used to losing now?
well,
Seriously.
you know, because I become calloused to a degree because I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
I knew we were going to win that game. This would hit hard because the last game,
Oh,
I told you at the beginning of the season, the 49ers didn't have the maturity to win a Super Bowl in 2019. And they certainly showed it in that game at some point. But this time, we got the maturity. We got the talent. Everybody knows their job. We're going to win this game. The Chiefs are nowhere near as potent as they were back then. Let's go. And what did we do? We wet the bed. And it wasn't them to beat us. It was us. Oh, Niners. Damn it. Why?
Yeah, we always beat ourselves in big games, don't we? Seems that way.
It just won't stop.
Just seems that way. Yeah. Well, I hate following Jalen because he's so great, you know?
That was Jalen has came on. That was Ellis.
Oh, Ellis, excuse me. Yeah, I hate following Ellis. Sorry, man. Sorry.
Ellis always
but,
got good stuff.
Man, I'm really tired of this race card shit they're playing right now. I've been hearing it on every station now.
That's how they stir
You know,
the
what's
pot.
the deal with that?
That's how they stir the pot.
Huh.
Because
It's
D'Amico,
ridiculous.
the only reason D'Amico left is because he wanted to. And last time I checked, D'Amico was black. Now, they didn't
Salah too. Salah's of color, is he not?
He is. A Middle Eastern. No, here's
Give
the
me a
thing.
break.
The other thing is because the fact of the matter is, I don't know if Kyle really wanted to fire him when I think about it. I think he got pressure from the team because we had guys, and some of
Sure.
the guys in that locker room, everybody in the locker room is not white. So, you know.
Bosa was complaining about him.
In the beginning. Fred Warner was also. I don't know what the other guys were saying,
But
those are the
Ronbo,
loudest.
the thing is, like you had a caller say earlier, 5 games in when we were winning, people wanted Wilkes gone anyway.
I know.
They were calling all these fans.
No.
I remember the chat. Everybody in chat wanted him fired. And now those same people are complaining that he got fired.
Because he was black.
Give me a break.
Listen, here's the thing. You've got to hire somebody within, Brian. We can't hire people from outside. Especially
know.
if they're going to come in. All right, listen, sit down. Let me tell you this. I love what you do, but you're not going to do it here. We want you to continue to run the system we're running now. Well, why'd you bring me here? Well, just
Ronbo,
like,
maybe we
that's not
need
going
to
to work.
Ronbo. No, it's not. And we're not going to get Belichick. He's not coming in. That's silly.
Unless he gets to run the whole thing.
I was talking with a Sea Trash fan today, and he said we should hire Cheat Carroll. And I said, why? Because the Niners need to start cheating like the Sea Trash and the Chiefs and hold every play. Maybe we need to hire
we
Cheat
do.
Carroll.
I'm telling you, Pete. Pete knows how to cheat. That's why I said, you know what? Get Pete Carroll in there. And he's always had a
Right?
pretty decent pass rush when he's had the good players. And his
Yeah.
secondary, always fair. They were kind of bad the last
Yeah.
couple of years, but I'm not sure whose fault that was. But yeah.
And you're telling me Cheat Carroll wouldn't want to coach our defense? I think he'd love it. He'd love it.
I think so, though. He's that kind of
But-
guy. If Kyle called him up,
Yeah.
he'd think, Kyle, I didn't expect this call. Hell yeah, I'd love to come back.
Right.
Yeah, I got roots with you guys anyway,
You know how weird? How weird would that be? We go from like hating Richard Sherman to loving him now, and then maybe if we get Cheat Carroll as our defensive coordinator, we got to start loving him.
And he brings Sherm over to be his defensive backs coach.
And then we get Bobby. We get Bobby Wagner to come over here to help out with Greenlaw being done.
Oh, hey, but you know what's so funny? Pete Carroll, I'm not sure how him and Richard Sherman feel about each other. I don't know who Sherman was mad at. Was he mad at Pete, or was he mad at some of the higher ups in that organization?
I have no idea. I don't follow them. You know that.
I know, but I'm just wondering who hates who in there, because Sherman's pissed off and loved us because of the fact they treated him like hell in Seattle on his exit.
Well, did you ever see that? I forget if it was halftime and they were talking to Marshawn Lynch and Richard Sherman was right there and they were picking teams.
Yeah.
And Marshawn was mad at Richard for picking the Niners. Marshawn was mad at Richard for picking the Niners, and he's like, "What are you doing, man? You can't pick the Niners."
Well, it's pretty bitter, Well, Marshawn didn't know about the situation between Richard and the brass over in Seattle, I guess, because everybody should have sympathized with Richard. He gets hurt and they cut him. You're not even gonna let him rehab and they cut him. Oh man,
terrible. Hey, so I'm probably gonna get some hate for this, but
are you gonna cut out you too?
Franchise? Yeah, what would be wrong with franchising the guy?
Well, I don't know. The 49ers just don't do that. I can't remember the last time they franchise tagged anybody.
Well, what do we have it for if we're not going to use it? This is my plan. This is my plan. We franchise him. We sign Jennings, and then next year, we just tell IU, okay, we'll pay you next year, but we got to franchise you this year.
You have that option. You have that option anyway.
Trade Debo next year. Debo's killing us. If Debo doesn't have a good year this year, I'm going to start saying trade him. Honestly.
Brian,
come on.
We don't have to franchise tag Ayuk, by the way. They picked up his fifth-year option. He has to play next year anyway. But next year, they'll be bidding, and it could be a problem then because everybody say, well, they offered you 22. We'll offer you 25 right now. Listen, we're going to add incentives, and you can make up to $30 million next year if you just come play for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I guess I just don't understand why we deal with this issue and not use the franchise tag, when we can.
I don't. There's some disadvantages.
Why even have it if you're not going to use it? I know it pisses the players off, but it's there for a reason, is it not, Ronbo?
Yeah. I remember reading something about why they hesitate to do that. I'm not sure.
Because it makes the players mad. It pisses them off, doesn't it? They don't get what they want in the end. They got to wait another year.
But Kirk Cousins doesn't need to get. I'm pretty sure Kirk Cousins doesn't need any more money for the rest of his life, and his kids either.
Exactly.
How many years did he get franchise tag? 3?
Oh.
And then
I can't even remember.
And then he signed a blank check. God, with Minnesota. I said, oh my God, boy.
Yeah, and people in our chat want us to sign Kirk Cousins. Are you guys crazy?
No, I'm keeping.
We won't have any money if we sign that guy. Good grief.
We got to pull up. But I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to see you Friday.
All right, man.
I feel so good to talk.
All right, Ronbo.
We got to continue to do this as much as possible. I might be back. If something goes crazy in the middle of the week, I'll be back in the middle of the week. Otherwise, I'll see you Friday. All right.
Yeah, just take it easy though. Don't get all sad and depressed. I'm not. I think like I always say, we're gonna be good again next year.
That's true. I look forward to that.
We're gonna win our division. We're gonna be in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens.
Guaranteed.
I'm not worried about it.
That's the attitude.
All right, Rombo. You take care. I love the fam. Love everybody in chat except for the Rams and Sea Trash chumps. You guys can. You know where you can go. Losers. All right. All right, Rombo. Take care, man. Have a good night.
You too. All right, Brian. 49 Brian. You'll see them all through the chat. And let's go to see Tony ATL. Tony. Oh, Tony.
Rombo, how are you?
Tony, you're getting a lot of love in the 49er empire because we want the Rams beaten to a bloody pulp if necessary. Because that day that you finally get a quarterback to handle things how he should, and you come in and the Rams are in here because they'll be here whether they win or lose, they're in here talking. You can say, "Oh, y'all in here? I expect you to be here. What happened to that game just a few minutes ago? What happened, y'all? Y'all been giving me grief for how long? Every time I look up, 28-3, right? 28-3, 28-3. Now look, we beat your ass. How bad? God, one thing about the Rams, they can be redundant in their shots.
I'm going to give Ramoya the third and Chrissy Jim Kim Everett. I'm going to give them not props, but just a compliment. Even when they lose, they don't hide.
You know?
I'll give them that.
And that's all the time.
That's all the time.
You know, because it's going on 3 years, whether they want to admit it or not, Tony. It's going to be 3 years. Now, they fooled everybody and they snuck into the playoffs, but wasn't long before they did their regular one and out situation, right? So, you know, now they're bragging about, well, they think we're a Super Bowl force next year and everything. Well, that's good. But you better do it because it's going on 3 years, and y'all are still posting up them celebrations from Super Bowl how many years ago? All right, now that's the only thing you lean on. You hang your hat on that. I'm not impressed. They don't want to hear about the 5 trophies the 49ers have won in the past, but we got to look at them pictures of their parade and celebration every few minutes from me. Hey, when's the last time you guys won? It's like a 5-year-old. When's the last time you guys, you, as a kid, you're eating ice cream, right? Everybody, mom hands out ice cream to everybody, ice cream cone, everybody eats up ice cream. I used to eat mine up too fast. The other kids will go, you ain't got no ice cream. That's Rams fans now about that Super Bowl they won 3 years ago.
It's like they have no, Ronbo, you would think they would be embarrassed and have shame. Remember the 2022 season? When all of those players that they signed as hired guns wanted to leave and cried their way out and got out, they don't have to be shameful about that.
Is that embarrassing or what? God.
That's very embarrassing. You win the World Championship, and the people that you hired, I want out. Hey, I want out too. Hey, I want out. Don't forget about me over here.
Made it, put them on blast. Everybody was aware of the fact that people wanted to not only get out, get the hell up out of LA. I said, what is wrong? What happened? Why are they so angry on this exit? Jalen Ramsey looked like he wanted to just...
Jalen Ramsey, get me out of here.
Von Miller?
Miller.
Who else
get me out
left?
of here.
All of them. OBJ. They kept trying to see if he's going to come back, and he ended up over with Lamar. You know, you hire those kind of mercenaries, they're not going to be, there's not going to be loyalty. If you ain't raising, if you're not home raising anything, you're going to have a problem in a minute. You know, now look at him 3 years later. And Rams, if you don't make it this year, you can stop hanging up that poster about, we were 2020, was it 2021? 2021 champs. It's 2025. And you're still talking about that.
Yeah. And it's funny. I've been in and out because I was finishing up my last load of laundry for, work next week. And I'm like, well, I'll be damned. There's Texas boy. There's Gene D. They got the nerve and the audacity to come here talking trash. Texas boy been hiding for 2 weeks.
Well, can you imagine being a Cowboys fan? They just hired. They just picked up Zimmer to coach. I can't wait to see what the Cowboys do. They become a point of interest now in the NFL. When you look at the Cowboys, because there's a lot of expectations on them because they're America's team, right? They need to get rid of that moniker if they want to even get any peace anymore. But if they go out there and do the same thing next year, oh, Tony, what do you expect? What are you going to predict then?
What if they don't make the playoffs this year?
God.
They don't make the playoffs. CD Lamb getting on Twitter, turning on Dak Prescott, but he ain't. Well, he turning on, but he ain't lying. You and I both know he ain't lying about what he's saying. Like you said about your guys in the locker room. Send them a text. Talk to him man to man. Don't air your laundry out in front of the whole nation.
I know. That's so tacky.
Juvenile.
Yeah. You got. If I'm the player you're talking about, look, man. You know what? We grown ass men, man. You got something to say to me? Just go ahead and let me know. You go talk to me through Twitter, okay. But it looks stupid.
Right, but we got a minor problem real quick on the Atlanta side. Okay, when we traded Calvin Ridley, we got their 3rd round pick, and I didn't know it was a conditional 2nd round pick. The condition is if they restructure his contract to re-sign him, then we get a 2nd round pick. But if they don't sign him, they can let him be gone by March 13th, sign him as a free agent, and keep their second round pick. I told my people in the chat that's exactly what's going to happen. That's good business. They're not going to sign Calvin Ridley.
Yep.
And they're going to take their chances in free agency.
Ain't that awful?
Yeah, but you know what though?
What?
That could backfire on Jacksonville too. Because what if they let him go to free agency, make him that big offer, and then KC say, hey, Ridley, come play with us, and you be our number one, and we got Rasheed Rice as our number two with Kelsey as the tight end.
Oh, that's the
So
first
it can
place.
backfire on him.
Yeah, that's the first place he's going to go. Because he's in the AFC South. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But I think they're going to try to re-sign him, but I don't think they're going to restructure. I think they're going to let him go free agency because if they try to extend him, we get that second round pick. You're a businessman. What would you do? You let them test the waters and come after him?
No, I wouldn't
keep that pick.
That's why when people start talking about the people we're going to let go, I'm not letting anybody go that's going to go within the NFC West. You know, because the Rams supposedly don't have any money, but they're going to keep their options open for free agents. So, you know, I don't even want Javon Kinlaw going to L.A., you know. And Brandon Ayuk or anybody else, I don't want them going to L.A. And it's and the Hawks with Pete Carroll, I don't know.
Why would they want to go there? Well,
they wouldn't,
talks,
but, you know, they've offered enough money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's going to be interesting because there's a lot of talk about us getting Kirk Cousins, which I want, but I don't believe anything mainstream media says. I want Cousins bad.
And then draft.
I want defensive end AJ Epinesa.
Right. And then draft
another
quarterback and let him learn behind Cousins, let him sit.
Yes,
because you
absolutely.
Look at Love out of Green Bay. Do you know what I just seen? He's going to be one of the premier quarterbacks next year in the NFL. My God, he grew. He looked friggin' awesome.
And remember, Green Bay drafted Aaron Rodgers late in the first round, and he sat like 3-4 years behind Favre. So I think that's the best way because that's how Steve McNair did. Steve McNair sat behind Chris Chandler. I think to me that's the best way unless you're extraordinary talent. You ready to go now? Let him sit for a year or two.
That's right. There's no C.J. Stroud's come along once and win a generation, right? So you know even Brock Purdy to a degree. I wonder if he'd sat behind anybody for any length of time. If he's as good as he is now, what would he be like? You know, there are certain quarterbacks that aren't even as good as those two I just mentioned. So if they sat and little did anybody know Jordan Love is a bad boy. I thought nothing of him really because I didn't see anything.
Purdy did sit.
Man,
Brock Purdy sat for like a half a year before Jimmy got hurt, like almost half a year before Jimmy got hurt.
But sitting years behind a legend.
And check this out, Ronbo. But C.D. Lamb says a prelude of things to come because I'm calling it now, February 18th, 2024, Dak Prescott is going to lose the quarterback competition to Trey Lance.
And if he doesn't,
C.D.
Lamb, it could be. And if C.D. Lamb, if he doesn't, C.D. Lamb's going to be saying things like, I'm just requesting a trade because I think it'd be best for me and my family. You know this is coming. Is any Dak CD's asked to be traded? Any comments from you? I don't have any comments. Why do you always come after me when somebody on our team says something that's unsavory? All right? I ain't got nothing to say. For the first time, you know, Dak is always a nice guy in front of reporters. For the first time, we see Dak finally get mad. That would just make my day.
And you know, Ronbo, Pete Carroll, you guys would never, you would never go after Pete Carroll to be a defensive coordinator. I'll never see that happening.
No, and he wouldn't come anyway. Pete doesn't want to be a DC. Anyway, hey Tony, we gotta go. I'll be looking for you Friday, and because I feel so much better after having this talk. I've been bothered all week. Madder than hell, not sad.
Ronbo.
Mad. That was a dumb game to lose.
Yeah, but Ronbo, y'all cut Smith Burford. I watched that play over and over. It's like somebody paid. He didn't block nobody. Chris Jones walked right by him. He didn't block. Ronbo's like he got paid to take a dive or something because that would have been a touchdown. The game would have been over. Brandon Ayuk took that corner, fell. He was wide open for a touchdown.
As was Jennings, even for nothing else but a first down. And from there, CMC's taking it in. Oh, such an assembly of talent, wasted year. Okay, you know what?
Burford got to go. That's inexcusable. Wow. If I'm a backup tackle, I'm coming into the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be hyped. I'm hitting everything in front of me, and he gonna have to work to get around me. Don't just.
That's what Feliciano was doing. And if anybody is looking for a job as a right guard, right tackle, you got any talent? Come to San Francisco. You could definitely get a look. God, Jesus. All right, Tony.
The best guards to be available in second and third rounds, Ronbo, because we're looking to get another left guard. So when Jake Matthews retires, we can move Bergeron, who was our second round pick this year, who played tackle in college, to his spot and replace him at left guard. So the third round is you can get some of the top guards in the third round, upper second round.
All right, Tony. Sounds good. Let's get together Friday. All right, looking forward to it.
It's almost combo time this week, combine, and we get ready for the draft.
That's
so
interesting.
We'll talk some more all day.
All right. All right, Tony.
There
goes T. And by the way, making jokes about the 49ers of 30 years, the last thing a Rams fan should let come out of his mouth or even be typed is about the length of time between the last time the Rams won a Super Bowl trophy. 30 years? Try 70 years. That's over twice the amount of years with 2 lousy trophies. So if you want to get into the math, that's 35 years apiece for each trophy. Shut the hell up. Hey, fam, I'm going to see you Friday and get together again. I always feel better when I talk to you anyway. You know, I was a little angry. I'll never be as angry as I am about this particular Super Bowl loss. I was angry about the one that we lost with Harbaugh. And certainly was mad about the one we lost in 2019. And this one, oh my God, that was just ridiculous. You had the better team. Just execute. I don't know you know what I wonder about? What are the Chiefs going to look like next year? Because that was their down year. You know what? Doesn't matter. You can only improve so much. Mahomes is still getting paid billions of dollars. Anyway, I shall see you Friday, fam. Have a great night. Well, thanks for the contributions tonight, fam. Appreciate it as always. Please, don't forget to subscribe. We want to notify you when we get ready to have some more fun, and we need you to have the fun as well. And I'll see you Friday. Night.